Good evening, everybody. How are we? It's because I'm not shouting. That should be better. Right. There we go. Plus the menu music is loud. Oh, Boulder Dash. Bear with me. Don't crash on me, game. There we go, now we're talking. Okay. Well, I've been really looking forward to this evening, must be said. I've got a couple of plans in mind. Hopefully will be glorious plans and all will go very smoothly. As you say, Joker, there'll be no, fingers crossed, messing around like last time. Figuring out how things work. We'll be prepared for every eventuality. So how have we all been this week? There is indeed. Well, I think that's part of its longevity. Apart from the fact it's a damn good game, it's the fact that there's just so much depth to it. You're always figuring out new things. You know? I've found out loads of new things in this playthrough that I never knew before. I've done things I've never done before. And there's still things to do. Hello Zachary, welcome. Good afternoon. Somewhere east of where I am, I assume. Because here it is dark and cold and the night has drawn in. Oh. I've just had my tea about 20 minutes ago, so there'll be no breaks for dinner tonight. Hence the slightly later start time. Had a couple of things to do before I started today, so we should be able to play all the way through. We might stop for a quick 5-minute coffee break. Depends how stressful things are going. But other than that, we are going to soldier on with Emperor Igor, the spider, the man with 8 legs. Right. So since the last session, I've done a little bit of playing around, just trying to figure out what's going on, having a look at a few things. And there's not actually that much to cover at the start of this session. Normally the start of my sessions, about 35-40 minutes go by before you even press unpause. So I'm hoping maybe it'll be a little bit shorter lead-in time today. Not as much things to sort out. We're already pretty good. Yeah, I'm the same, Dark Phoenix. I've played for 370 hours. I checked this 2 days ago. This is definitely the most played game that I've ever played. The most hours I've put into any single game now, by far. And I've only ever played feudal Christian rulers, mainly in England. You know, never played anything else. I stick with what I know. But yeah, you know, there's still so much to explore. I could spend another 200 hours on this doing new stuff. And I do plan to get all the DLCs that I haven't got at the moment, including the Holy Fury, the new one, and have another go at playing something, doing something. Maybe playing a highly religious ruler for a change, you know? Until the Pope screws me over, then I'll resort to type and slay him and assassinate him and do everything else that I usually end up doing to the Pope. Right. Anyway, at the end of the last session, we welcomed we welcomed England into the fold, under the wing of the Holy Roman Empire, and our king Turquatil. What a lovely name. King Turquatil. We invited him over. We granted him the kingdom of Pomerania, which is only a very small kingdom up here on the frigid northern coast. Killed his father, probably with his blessing, you know. Bit selfish, perhaps. Charitable, selfish, who knows. But he became King of England to go with his kingdom of Pomerania title. So naturally he loves us because we've risen him up to such lofty heights. And also, if you remember, he's also the king of Jerusalem as well. Because there was a crusade that ended. England had the most war score at the time, and his father inherited the kingdom of Jerusalem. So he's a 3 times king. I mean, a man of some status right now. In the blink of an eye, has gone from an heir with no land to a man with 3 kingdom titles. Good day in the office, I'd say. Anyway, he needs a council position, and it just so happens that one of our council members came a cropper. Our advisor has, I don't know, I can't remember what happened, but I assume he died, or moved on to pastures new. So a spot has come lovely and free, which is quite handy because he doesn't really excel at anything else, really. So being an advisor is more than sufficient, I'm sure, for old Turquatil. He can't really grumble, can he, given his new lot in life. So there we are. So that's him sorted out. And that's pretty much as we need to worry about. Our other king vassals, the King of Italy still likes us because we gifted him a duchy title quite recently, the Duchy of Ferrara, which we created and gave him just to butter him up. But the other king that's causing a little bit of a problem for us is the King Bertrand, who, as we well know, is quite the powerhouse in our realm. He's ambitious, he's cruel, he is expanding into France as we speak, which is good for our empire as a whole, but he's joined a faction quite recently to increase council power, and that faction is currently now at 86%. It was greater than 100%, but when we welcomed the Kingdom of England into our loving bosom, it reduced the faction strength. So that's a good thing. But we've got to keep an eye on him. He still likes us, but that is decreasing. We could do with maybe trying to win favour with him somehow that doesn't involve spending coin, and that somehow, I'm thinking, is by using our Chancellor to improve diplomatic relations. So we're going to punt our Chancellor right down here to get that done. Now we're going to also start focusing on some technology, because we're quite happy with the situation with plots and schemes and stuff. So that's a little bit of the movers and shakers. There are 2 problem vassals though. There's the Prince Archbishop of Holstein, which is up here. He currently is not liking us because he's zealous and because he's a heretic. He is a Catholic heresy, Waldenesian heresy kind of guy, which is a little bit of a pain, but we're not overly concerned. He's not going to cause us too much grief. And the other vassal that's a little bit of an issue is the Duke of Baden, who again, a little small duchy down here, not really going to cause us too much concern. So we'll leave those 2 for the time being. So that's the state of play with our vassals. Now we turn to our family tree, which we haven't looked at it in any great detail for a while, and I found a couple of rather interesting things out. Don't know if they have any gameplay mechanic impact, but it certainly makes for some interesting reading, if you want to call it that. I'll just branch these buggers out a little bit. Get all the Kobylas on one screen if we can. Well, get them all on show. She married matrilineal. She did well. She did well for herself. Right? No. Roxy. Oh, we remember her. She died young, bless her. And Sophia. No. Okay. So as we look to our family tree then, of course, the mighty Kobyla, the man that started it all off, sprouted this ever-growing family, which is growing in prestige all the time. His eldest son, if you remember, wasn't good enough to take over. He wanted somebody that was moulded in his own vision, a man that could handle all the intricacies of the intrigue required. And so he gave his title to the Emperor Johann, because the Emperor was elective at the time. So poor old Bedrick's line is a pretty poor one. We've got a couple of counts here, a baron there, but nothing really too prestigious going on in this particular branch. This, of course, is the main branch. We've got Johann, who, of course, we know what happened to him. His eldest child took the throne because we then, due to his diligence and hard work diplomatically, managed to change the succession law to primogeniture, and therefore Igor inherited the throne by that way. And he turned out actually pretty damn good. He's a spider, he's high intrigue, he's doing a good job so far. Here, a couple of daughters Johann had, who got married off to the other things and other bits and bats, and his youngest son, who is still alive, Hans. Look who Hans is. He's the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller. I don't know if this has any significance, if we can ask him for sort of assistance or whatever else, but he's the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller. I thought that was quite interesting. I mean, he's a pox-ridden lunatic, but hey-ho, what can you do? So I thought that was quite interesting. Risen up, he asked us to join the Knights Hospitaller, and we granted him that courtesy to allow him to go, and he's risen to the head of that particular holy order. So, you know, that's very good for the family. Some more prestige to add there, and if we ever need their services, we'll be just giving him a bit of a friendly nudge in the right direction. Do us a good turn, my child, do us a good turn. Brother. Matus is the current heir, and he's really nothing to harp on about, unfortunately. So it would be rather interesting how he would carry on after this, after Igor dies. So that's the most prestigious of our lines. Friedrich, the third child of Jesek, is still alive. He's 57, and his line is flourishing quite a bit. His eldest child is Duke of Upper Burgundy. Can't remember how this happened. His second eldest son is Duke of Mecklenburg. I gifted him that title. So 2 dukes in this particular line, under Friedrich's line. So that's pretty good. So, you know, not too bad at all. Loads of kids. Look at all these cobblers waiting in the wings to cause grief to no end of premises and other such crooks. So that's that. Everything else, pretty much non-existent. But I thought also, rather interestingly, Jesek's youngest son, who is still alive and still fairly young, is the head of the Knights Templar. So we have the head of the Knights Hospitaller, the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller is our brother, and our uncle is the head of the Knights Templar. So we have a lockdown, pretty much, on both of the holy orders. So I mean, goodness grief, the Holy Roman Emperor, the Grand Master of both of the holy orders. All we need now is a puppet pope, and we're in complete control. Complete control. So I thought that was rather interesting. Didn't pick up on this at all until I saw this, but yeah, our family are making great moves. So that's a little bit about the old family. I've had a good day, relaxing day. Did a few bits and bats at work, nothing too strenuous. Came home. I've had no sleep though today. I did not fall asleep, did not have my afternoon nap. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit more awake at the start of today's session than I normally am. Anyway, let's lay out our plans for at least the start of today's session. We have just recently acquired England through vassal inheritance. We were waiting for our threat to decrease 17.4%, another 80 months for it to decrease to 0. Oh, that's very sad to hear. Because we have a couple of weak title claimants for the Kingdom of Hungary, which we can't really press until the until we kill the king and let the female heir go onto the throne, so we can push the weak claims, because they're only weak claims, and we need the threat to go away. So we were waiting patiently for that to happen. Now we can still continue to wait patiently for that to happen. However, there is a more immediate potential for us to gain a new kingdom title right away. But it might involve a little bit of gamesmanship, if you want to call it that, and it might involve a little bit of risk with our vassals. So I'm going to put it out there for you to make a choice, to vote on, as my well-esteemed advisors. Let me know what you think. See, rather than waiting for these weak claims to come into power and the threat to go away, we know at the start of every session, when we set the clock running, there's no Christian defensive pact. Because it's a glitch. It takes a month or so for all the members of the faction to rejoin. So if we were to launch an attack now on whoever we so please, we wouldn't suffer any defensive pact issues, because they're not all in it yet. So we can wage war without fear of the whole of the Christian realm declaring war on us. Exploiting a glitch, yes, but as I said in the last session, I don't even like the defensive pact mechanic, so I don't feel so bad using this to our advantage right now. But I'll leave that one with you. See if you agree or not. I will go with your wisdom. So, whilst we have the defensive pact currently non-existent pretty much, we can go here to the Kingdom of Sicily, because we were looking to try and invite our Princess Clarimond of Sicily. And, you know, I was trying to get her for vassal inheritance purposes, until I noticed that right here, in the line of succession, there is a William of Sicily. A William de Hauteville of Sicily, a relatively craven, shy fellow. I mean, we're shy and craven as well. Perhaps we get along quite well as fellow shy, craven people. It takes one to know one and all that. So, yeah, he wants to come to our court, fully enough. And more importantly, he has a strong claim on the Kingdom of Sicily, which means we can press this strong claim whenever we so damn please. And now would be a particularly good time to press it, because Sicily are currently in a revolt. Their forces are depleted. They are ripe for the picking. So the question I ask you people is, should we invite good old Prince William to our court, gift him a county title within the Kingdom of Bohemia, and then press his claim on the Kingdom of Sicily, which would lead to us having the entire of Sicily under our control? It involves exploiting the defensive pact glitch, of course, but it also is going to cause a little bit of a problem, which is also worth bearing in mind, because our council wouldn't be too happy with it. At least they weren't when I was testing this out. They're not interested in a war against Sicily. I know we're not claiming Sicily at the moment, but they're not happy with us going to war full stop with this character. So we'd have to go to war against the council, which would lead us to become a little, well, a tyrannical debuff. It'd be a tyrannical debuff. It's a -10 penalty, which, I mean, most of our vassals are quite high on opinion. Combine that with the fact that we're going to be raising our vassals' levy to fight this, and we're probably going to end up with about a -15 opinion from our vassals due to the amount of time we're going to spend in the field. So that'll be a -25 penalty to our vassal opinions by the time we go against the council and take Sicily. The council will also become discontent. It's already discontent, so that's not really a problem. So they are all things worth bearing in mind. If we do this, we get a -25 approximately vassal negative opinion. They will extend the council discontent, and we're using a game glitch. So that's the pros and cons, really. The pro is we get an entire Kingdom of Sicily with a king that loves us in one go, again. another kingdom brought into the realm pretty easily, considering how weak these people are. It shouldn't take us too long, it should be quite straightforward. It's almost guaranteed victory. But the negatives, of course, being as I've outlined. So, what do you think, people? Should we go for it? I mean, Emperor Igor is perhaps not too concerned about vassal opinion, really. Plus we're excommunicated, so that negative 25 penalty, if we can lift the excommunication by some method, might counteract the debuff that we get from waging war here. So it swings and roundabouts, really. Anyway, whilst you're pondering that decision, there's also another way we can get more land very quickly, and that is through offering vassalization to the Duchy of Holland. He wouldn't come right now, but he will come if we sweeten the deal with a little bit of gold. Now, I'm not going to do this right this instant, because unlike vassal inheritance, which doesn't increase threat, asking someone to swear fealty does increase threat when they come across. So we don't want to increase the threat just yet until we are certain of our intended path. So our intended path is wait patiently for another 7 years, wage war on Hungary if the title claimants are still alive, or we press claim on Sicily now, take the penalties, take the hits, or we just continue on as we are, wait patiently and see what develops. It doesn't need a duchy title. I think when I experimented with this, I experimented on Hungary before the last session, and a county title works just fine as long as they are your vassal when they inherit the new title. As long as they are your vassal, they remain your vassal. So that's I'm hoping that's how it will still work, because if it doesn't, we're going to look like a right tool again. The benefit to doing it this way also, and inviting this man, I forgot to add this little added benefit. This might make it even more of a nailed-on certainty what we do. This man also not only has a strong claim on the Kingdom of Sicily, he has a strong claim on the Kingdom of Africa, which de jure wise is all of this down here. Yeah? So this could be ours as well, with a bit of manoeuvring in the future after we've taken Sicily. So he's got two pretty useful strong claims. Does that tip it even more in our favour, do you think? Right, whilst I'm just going to go through this list here. We can't take them both at the moment, I don't think. The issue with the issue with the Kingdom of Africa title is I don't know how it works, because the Kingdom of Africa title is non-existent in terms of land. It doesn't exist. There's no lands underneath it, so I don't know if we can take both at the same time. I'm not sure. Don't know if we can take them both at the same time though. An African invasion. That would be something different, certainly. Declaring holy war. Yeah, that's a possibility. With our two family members, head of the Knights Hospitaller, you know, our brother, head of the Knights Templar, our uncle, we could all join together forces and cause all holy hell. Yeah. You know what I'm thinking, I'm talking myself into this. Right, righteous imprisonment. We could actually imprison Duke Herbert the Seducer, who does have a problem with us. In fact, that reminds me, whilst we're here, let's get rid of some of these plots. She's going to cause absolute mayhem now. Loads of people ending their plots and their schemes. Right, well, we are going to do this. Oh, actually, no, before we do this, sorry. One other thing, one last thing. We have a load of money. We have a load of money, and when we welcomed England and Pomerania and Kingdom of Jerusalem into our fold, it seems to have had quite the effect on our retinue. We were maxed out on our retinue, as far as I can remember, recently, because we've got 4,600. This was pretty much as we could get at the time. We welcomed Turquatil into the realm, and our retinue cap has almost doubled overnight. How flipping lovely! So we can actually recruit a ton more retinue troops here. So that's what we'll do to start things off with. Get a load more of these bad boys on the old books. So a couple of heavy infantry, heavy cavalry units, some more heavy infantry, I think, is in order. We'll go for a bunch of archers as well, perhaps there, and get some more pikes there, and a bit more, and a bit more there. I mean, we still can afford more, but we're still not near max capacity. But we'll bear with it. We'll keep that for now, and we should be able to cover the reinforcement rate with our money. It's pretty nice. What else we got here going on? Okay, we will indeed need those troops, if only to try and dissuade factions from rising up against us. Right, all our savings are gone, but you know, we're rolling in cash. That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. Right. Our poorest county, we'll go with Olmuk. So what we'll do, we're going to go ahead with Plan Sicily. Plan Sicily here is going ahead. Plan Sicily. Let's get this underway. Let's invite this guy to court. Get him coming over, and let's press his bloody claim. Let's get the Kingdom of Sicily under our control. Okay. So my courtier wants to join the Knights Hospitaller. He is our court dwarf. No, I don't want my court dwarf going away. It takes me ages to find court dwarves. Oh. Fine, go with my bloody blessing, man. We've never denied anybody yet, which means we've lost the court dwarf. Well, you know what I mean, I can't continue on at this moment in time without my court dwarf, so we need another one. Can females be court dwarves? I don't know. Dwarves are hard to come by, man. Right, we've got an orthodox Greek dwarf. A twin. Brawny, paranoid, cynical and cruel. Or we have a envious, craven, diligent. Both are orthodox. We'll go with the Greek one. A modern day Greek tragedy, if ever I saw one. Right, come along, my dwarven friend, I have a role for you. Alright. Happy Christmas, everyone. Right, here we go. Oh, you're coming along. Oh no, you're ending the plot. Who are you? I have no clue. We need to make him an important character so we can see what he's doing. And we're building some stuff, that's fine. And a load of people are going to end their plots now. Okay, very good. Very good. Of course you were foolish to plot against us. I know. Foolish people. Very foolish. Okay. Okay, and here he comes. Here he is. Look, here he is. The key to Sicily. Oh, hello, Charlene. Welcome. Welcome. You haven't missed a great deal. I'll give you the very quick highlights, just very briefly. I was going through my family tree, and I found out that my brother is the head of the Knights Hospitaller. He's a Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller, and my uncle is the Grand Master of the Knights Templar. So we pretty much have a complete lockdown on the holy orders, with our family members rising up through the ranks rather quickly to prominent positions. And the second most important thing that I'm going through is the fact that we are just about to claim Sicily, for we have just invited a man with a strong claim, and we are going to press his strong claim right now. So Sicily will, fingers crossed, be coming into our realm very, very shortly indeed. Oh yes, and we're using an exploit to get it done, because we are using the fact that the defensive pact glitch is in full effect and there's nobody in the defensive pact right now because they haven't joined yet. But hey ho, defensive pacts suck. Right, so we've got to act quickly before people start joining the damn defensive pact. So we need right now to press this man's claim ASAP. So let's go here down to our beloved King Morga the Tormentor, and we are going to declare war. And we are going to declare war to claim Sicily for this man right here, Prince William de Hauteville, who doesn't like me right now. No, we're not going to do it just yet. Forget that. Forget that. Forget that. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. We don't want to screw up. We don't want another situation like the last session. We're going to get this right. Right. So actually, Prince William de Hauteville is his brother. That's why he's got the strong claim. It's his brother. So we need to grant him a landed title first. We're going to give him the county of Ulmuk. So he is landed and our vassal. And that should satisfy that. We don't have to save it because we are we saved it. We haven't moved since we've saved it really, so we can just reload the LP hard save. So he's now landed. There you go. He's a Count of Olmuk. Kind of loath to give away land in Bohemia to future kings, but we can maybe try to wangle that back at some point. And now we are going to press this man's claim. So let's try again. And here we go. King Morga the Tormentor, you will torment your people no longer, for we are going to install a noble and just ruler right now. So we are going to claim Sicily on behalf of his brother, who has a strong claim. And if we do claim it, because he is our vassal, he should remain our vassal. Please God, let's not have another screw up this time. So we're going against the council. 7 are against this. Only one person is voting for this. This is a tyrannical act. We shall suffer a tyrannical penalty for doing so. But hey ho, the spider doesn't care. It's a risk he's willing to take for the glory of another kingdom added to his list. Oof. We can call the Empire. We can call, rather fortunately, our good friend the Basileus of the Byzantine Empire, if we wish, with his 11,000 men. Do you know what? Make yourself useful. Make yourself bloody useful. And join me. Maybe we can actually get him to do our dirty work for us. With his massive amount of troops, if he can ship him over 11,000 of them, we might be able to get away with not raising our vassal troops, which would be a massive benefit. Because not only if we raise our vassal troops do we suffer a penalty with them, but because we are raising our own troops and we'll end up losing some men in the fights down here. The more men we lose, the stronger the faction will become, because of the relative powers. So we can't afford to lose too many men, otherwise this might stray over 100%, which could be a problem. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Is the Basileus gonna join us? That is the first thing to note. And if he does join us, is he going to make himself useful? Or is he going to do what I do and just sit idle as his troops rearm themselves and get decked out in their equipment and come riding in when the war's finished? Let's hope he's a bit more proactive as we continue to get rid of those pesky. And King Turquatil has declared English holy war for Galilee. Where's Galilee? Not a clue. Where's Galilee? It's obviously somewhere down here. Galileo, 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 Galilee. Where's Galilee? Look at that. CK2 expanding the realm on our behalf. Good on him. Good on you, Sonny Jim. I don't know where Galilee is. Mosque. English Holy War for Galilee. Where's Galilee? Anyway, he's warring for Galilee. This is the lady that's come across at my... She's come to my court because she has a weak claim on Hungary. We may be able to press this weak claim on Hungary in the future. Who knows? But when we finished this war with Sicily, our defensive... Our threat's going to increase quite significantly. Northern Israel. Right, anyway, now that we're not bothered about threat anymore, because we're not really bothered about threat anymore, because we have started the war already, now is the time to send a gift to good old independent Duke Roland of Holland, and then, with that little slight bribery, get him to swear fealty to the Empire. Come on down, we shall protect you from all manner of heathen and raider. You know you want it. Okay, some internal politics in the Kingdom of Italy Council. Okay, so he's coming to help us in our cause. Good man. I knew there was a reason I allied with you. Okay, so the King of England just dishing out a few titles here and there. Nothing too worry about. There you go, swearing fealty. Lovely jubbly. So now, in the blink of an eye, we have a new duchy under our wing, soon to be a new kingdom to boot. That means in the space of probably less than 2, maybe 3 years, the spider will have grown the empire exponentially. Never seen before under any Kobyla ruler has such expansion been known. All we need before he dies is the Kingdom of France, and we're golden. We're golden, Graham. Hello, JJ, welcome. You've come at the right time. We're in a war for Sicily. You notice I haven't raised any troops yet. My liege, my mission to Provence has so far been a success. During my visit, King Bertrand has realised that he's a fool. And he now likes me that little bit more, which is nice. Good. So that offsets the penalty for the tyrannical reign. Right. Some more transfer vassal contracts. There's a lot of stuff going on here. The reason why I got it paused is not to read the messages particularly. It's because I am literally thinking about what I need to do here. Yes, the series is going to end soon. I don't want to carry it on indefinitely, and there are some stuff that I want to carry out. I'm going to do one more game series, probably at the back end of this year, with Holy Fury, and there are some other things that I want to do in this game before I finish it off completely, and I'll do that in a new campaign. I think as far as this campaign is concerned, I think we've achieved a hell of a lot, and you know what we've already gained is quite significant. So I did say that if we manage to get a whole kingdom by a vassal inheritance, which we have done, we're getting another whole kingdom now, that when this man dies the campaign is over. So that will stand, that sort of ending point, which I think it will be a successful end, because I mean, bloody hell, we went from count to emperor with Yesek in next to no time at all, and you know, and now with this emperor we are gaining land hand over fist. Okay, the reason why I'm not raising my troops yet is because I was waiting to see what the Holy Roman Emperor does, but he doesn't seem to be doing a great deal right now. I was hoping he was going to raise a lot of his troops and bring them over to Sicily. He may still do that. He may be waiting for me to raise my troops first, so I'm going to have to do something here. I am kind of loath to I don't know what the best way to do this is. We could raise our own troops and use our retinue as well. That would give us 8,000 men. And then just use a couple of more powerful vassals' troops. So the King of England's troops, the King of Italy's troops, and the King of Burgundy's troops. So between my troops and the 3 kings' troops, that means we don't have to disturb all of the other vassals and suffer the negative vassal opinion for raising their troops for too long. I tried that off camera and it makes no difference to the faction power situation. So it's not those vassal troops that we raise are already earmarked for us anyway, and they lie outside of their own personal levy, so that doesn't work. At least that's what I sort of experienced, if that makes sense. I may be completely wrong, but it doesn't seem to make much of a difference when I raise the levy troops. So, and the only faction that we have to worry about is a council increase in power, which is not the end of the world. It's not like they're going independent on us. So given that's bearing that in mind, if we're also patient, we can probably avoid a lot of conflict by just taking land. So we won't lose too many men. So I'm thinking that's probably the way to go. So we'll go with that methodology. And we shall raise this man's troops. But if we do this properly, right, how many troops do we get from here? 5,977 men from this one character who loves us to bits. I mean, good grief, that is quite an epic amount of troops. I might leave my retinue, in fact. My troops. Which is that. So if we bring them down to, I don't know, round about here as a mustering station, and these guys, where did I go? Here, here, here. So we bring all of these guys down. So that's 6,000 men. There's another 4. So this is now 10,000 men. And we'll wait till these guys get a little bit closer to their destination. Then we'll raise these guys' troops. Don't need to raise them too long. So the King of England, we can afford for his troops to be in the field for some time because he likes us a hell of a lot. Whereas we're going to be more careful with the other king's troops because their opinion is much lower. So let's raise them only when we need to. Why aren't you moving? Are you moving now? Yeah. Okay. So the Knights Templar have established a new holding in the county of Tiberius. Looks like my family members are doing a good job. Ah! Oh, sorry, pins and needles in my foot. Alright, okay, we're off. We're off on our merry travels, we're off on our merry way, coming down to muster at Ravenna. And get ready for the onslaught. Sorry, Sicily, but somebody had to do it. Now, the quicker we do this, the better, for we don't want to run the risk of our title claimant dying on us, for instance. Right, Alex, release took my little fat from prison. Okie dokie. Some more factions and stuff. Ricardo the Dragonaut accepted the peace offer. He has ended the war there. He's a very warmongering king, is this fella, isn't he? Which is good. He's usurped a title as well. Vassal levies raised too long. Come on. This is quite the schlep across the world, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Ah. Bloody pins and needles. Leg has gone completely numb. I'll get there eventually. How many men is this guy providing? He's providing 1,000 men. And you are providing 2,600 men. So that's, between us, we've got like 12,000 troops here. More than enough. Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. The faction is decreased. Look at that. Look how the factions have just melted away. The increased council power faction has just absolutely vanished. And that's absolutely beautiful. Music to our ears. I don't know what he's done, Emperor Igor. Put his little birds to work. And they've just had a few whisperings and a few vassal ears, and they've all seen the error of their ways. We like it. Nothing to worry about now. So our castles are built. Our holding under... Did that say our holding was under attack? I'm sure they are confused. Come on! There he is! Are you coming? Oh... Come on down! Come on down, come on down, Basileus, come on! Hawk is already starting. We'll let him soften up the enemy for us, shall we? We'll let him do the donkey work, then we'll ride on in last minute and claim the spoils. Isn't it good when you've got a malleable alliance on your side? This is... Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. This is slightly more concerning. This is very concerning, in fact. He goes independent and he's going to rip a load of my land away. This needs to end right now. Council is discontent, that's the trouble. For 16 months, so we can't force, you know, he can't be forced to end the faction due to being on the council because council is discontent. Other people join that, we could be in a little bit of trouble here. Who is it that can dissuade faction members? I think it's the spy master, right? Scheme. Noble discouraged from joining factions. He's already in the faction. If we use this option to scheme, if we use this as an option to scheme, can faction members leave factions if you do this? Does anybody know? He's old. Is he killable? He's killable. Who's taking over? Somebody that doesn't really like us a great deal, but he's probably going to be weaker. He's only got 6 martial, so he won't have as many men. He's got 27 martial. This is what the problem is with this guy. He's got such a high martial. That's why his levy size is so flipping big. Kill him, his son comes into power, and the levy size of this kingdom gets shrunk, probably in half. Nowhere near as threatening. I think it needs to happen as a matter of urgency. I think he needs to die. We cannot risk this faction coming into full effect. I mean, I don't want to willy-nilly kill him, but we don't like him anyway. And he's just become a problem. Right. He has to die. He has to die. Right, well... There's not many people that want him dead, though. And there's not a lot of plot powers here. Not a lot of plot powers at all. The biggest plot power we have is 11%. So what have we got? 54. Add on another 10. 64 for the spy master. 64. 71. 78. touch and go. He's there. He's in. It's touch and go, but it's worth the effort, I think. Okay, so they should auto join, right? So we'll let the auto joins come in first. We'll get our spy master to build a spy network and increase the plot power to join our chancellor. We have to keep an eye on that faction. Massively. We cannot afford... This is even more imperative now. We cannot afford to lose too many men. The more men we lose in this war, the bigger percentage that faction power is going to get. So we have to wait to see what the Holy Roman, the Byzantines do. Let's hopefully see them help us out a little bit, and we'll just stand pretty for the time being. We'll just stand fast on the fringe, waiting to pounce when the time is right. We've still got our Chancellor working his magic, trying to increase his opinion of us. If our Chancellor can work some further wonders and increase that opinion further, he may leave the faction before he dies. It would be to his benefit to do that. If you want to live, pal, if you want to live, you will forget this nonsense. Oh! Sorry, it's moved. I thought it had gone. Okay, he's not gone. Right. Okay, so this is literally a knife edge right now. A literal knife edge. Let's get some of these people in that need paying. 97 gold for your services. Are you having a laugh, my friend? How much is it worth to us, though? 22, that's better. You 30, okay. We'll leave that one off for the time being. I mean, it's only 4%, and he's possessed. I mean, he may blabber his mouth all kinds of nonsense, which would jeopardise the situation. We probably could do 82% plot power, 90% plot power. We're not getting much more than that. We need to sow dissent. 13%. It's just so the plot power slightly increased since last time. Right. I mean, the fact that we're getting more reinforcements from our retinue, that should go towards our personal strength. There he is. Here he comes. Good old by calling in a favour, King Bertrand has forced you to start a vote on the title grant committee law. So he's forced a vote on us to allow the council to vote on the granting of titles. Our power in the council is pretty much being eroded. We only have a say on revoking, granting and imprisonment, and it's soon to be revocation removed from our power. So this is not good. He's really pulling the strings here, and as a shy, craven character, Emperor Igor is not really the kind of person to lock horns with this man in open public. He's scheming to kill him behind the scenes, but openly he's not contesting him. I can just imagine the council meetings right now as he, with his 27 marshal, his growing power, basically controlling things while he sits there like a shrinking violet. It's a rather strange situation to have a sort of meek and mild emperor that does things behind people's backs. Bit of a sneak. Very effective sneak. He's got quite a few things done, but he's conceding a lot of his power to the council here. The law has passed. There is a glitch in this game where the sound effects don't work anymore. It keeps happening. Right, we cannot revoke titles anymore. Where is my sound effects? Thank you. Right, so that sucks. That sucks because we can't grant titles. And granting titles is pretty useful when we need to you know, give it to title claimants to press kingdom title claims. So we'll have to sort that little problem out, won't we? But how is our craven, cowardly emperor going to get that done? I do not know. I can revoke them, but I can't grant them. I can grant them. That's a lie. I can grant them. I will just become tyrannical in doing so. It's not impossible, but I'll draw the wrath of my vassals. We'll have to weigh up the pros and cons. Right, I was going to raise his levy troops, but considering we're trying not to tick him off any more than he already is, we need his opinion as high as possible to try and dissuade him from that faction. I think we won't bother. I think we have enough with 10,000 here, and the Byzantines to get the job done between us. So we shall get a siege leader in the middle. We'll go for another siege leader as well, and we'll go for the commander there. He's in debt. Oh, so he is. What's his income? He's getting about 20 coins per turn, which is not bad. How's this going along? Not very well. Oh, 4%. Another 2%. Is it worth paying for 2% increase? I don't think so. We're splitting hairs here now. We need a big chunker. We need his spy master to suddenly dislike him. Anyway, it's not the end of the world, but it's not a good sign. Right, so he is besieging Lecce, which is completely and utterly fine. This is actually part of the Sicilian revolt. They're also besieging this land here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to come in and take Napoli. That's already been taken by the revolters, which means that these lands will be pretty much weakened already. So we can swoop in, convert those to our war score for very cheap and very quick reward. So we're going in hot, and we're off and running. Let's get this war on the road. Stop doing that. Thank you. And now look at him. Now look at him. Old Bertrand the ambitious, cruel, thorn in our side now. He's fabricating a claim on the kingdom of Italy. He doesn't just want this kingdom, he wants it all. Don't you just, my friend? Don't you just? Alberto, stay strong, brother. Do not let him take your lands. He's getting ideas above his station here. Way back when we gave him that kingdom title, I had a sneaky suspicion it would come back to haunt us in the future. At the time, it seemed like a good idea. But now it's coming back to bite the spider on the bum. But he's a spider. He's a man of masterful intrigue. He'll find a way. Don't you worry yourselves. He'll find a way. Right, Henry, age 12, needs a focus. Diplomacy, please. Would be most appreciated. Threatening is now 29%, increased because of the swear fealty. Everything else is okay. Those messages are fine. Ooh! The Sicilian army. That'll give us a good chunk of war score. We shouldn't lose too many men here. This should be a walkover. It is a walkover. We are running them down like the dogs they are. There we go. 18%. One child lacks childhood focus. It is Rotislav Kobyla, my cousin. Pride. No, etiquette. Etiquette is quite good for developing diplomacy or intrigue. I didn't realise it until the last session. Anyway, 13 war score. Plus, we now have a situation where we've got... I thought these would be weaker than this. But we are besieging really quickly because we have 2 siege leaders in our army. So even just simply besieging these lands, we should get these done pretty swiftly, which is really nice. And we again lost the sound effects. He wants to marry my courtier. You can't marry her because she's key to my claim to Hungary. I'm awfully sorry to decline you, but no, thank you. Cannot lose her to some random person. And young Henry is lacking in ambition. He should be more charitable, of course, because we are charitable, and it pays to give gold to those that need it, including vassals that are a problem, where warranted. Duke Albert that just ended his plot to do something. Okay. Right, let's just take a quick rain check on things. Let's see how the war is progressing here. I have to make sure that we lose as little men as possible. So we have to manoeuvre carefully. And as you can quite clearly see, a rather large force of Sicilian revolters is coming forth. We don't really want to lock horns with the Sicilian revolters at the moment. I don't know how this is going to work, but once we take the Kingdom of Sicily title, will that end the revolt, or will the revolt continue on? Because if it continues on, we may have to put it down. It's not a big enough force to give us concern, but it will erode our strength, which isn't good for our faction prospects. And thank the heavens that nobody is joining the independence faction. But of course, me opening my clacker like that has just guaranteed commentators' curse to strike us down. Watch this space. Oh, where's he going? Apulia. Why are you not besieging this place properly? You've done the hard bit. Now get the easy bits. Unless he's going to take down the revolters, which you don't really have to do. Where's he going? Yeah, he's taking down the revolters. If the revolt does continue on, this will be beneficial for us. Well done. Very helpful ally indeed. Remind me, if he asks us for any assistance in his wars, remind me of this time. He deserves our service. No, it's not appropriate. I think we like our wife. We've been married to her for some time. Well, we have a mutual respect. She's the wilding woman. We've never gotten like a house on fire, but hey ho. How much do we like her? Ooh. 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 Let me just see this woman first. She's depressed. She's married. Oh, she's married to my son. No, it's not appropriate, man. We give her a second look. Oh my god. It's my son's bloody wife. What is going on with the sound effects? Call for my court physician. My wife is ill. Do we have a court physician? We must do. Okay, so the war is going well there. That's not really helping us for our war particularly. But I think we have... Oh no, we're not quite there yet. We are almost fully besieged Napoli. There we go. Just the barony of Portici to go. 44% on the war score. How goes the war down here for Galilee? Looks to be going fairly well. Where's the king of England? How does his war go with for Galilee? Plus 22% in the favour of King Turquetil. Good lad. At least he's a loyal vassal. For how long we don't know. Right, the Holy Roman, the Byzantine Emperor's troops have now linked in with ours, so we have 20,000 men at our disposal. That is quite the force, is it not? Let all before us shake in fear. This is a done deal, my friends, unless Chappie dies. Unless Chappie dies, this is a done deal. The reason why I'm not attacking is because, well, we could probably attack them when the levels are so low, but I don't want to lose men unnecessarily. Given the precarious state of the factions, I don't want to lose men. Right. Let's get down there. Because he's lifting the siege, and if we take down this army, it'll be a big chunk of war score, so... We're losing money. Yeah, money is not my concern at the moment. Our troops are more important than money at the moment. With this king being so powerful, we can't afford to throw our personal troops away. We need every last man in case he pushes that faction. Ooh, we're suffering attrition. That's bad. And we have increased opinion with the Pope. Lift the excommunication? Maybe. Please. Please. My brother is head of the Knights Hospitaller. My uncle is head of the Knights Templar. I am obviously a holy person. Our family is obviously, you know, a very pious people. Are we held? No! No! God! No! Damn you! Maybe we should have waited for another boost to opinion before we tried that. I don't know. Anyway, oh look, they're back. They're back with a bang. I may have to save and reload. This, we're not getting any sound effects at all here. Right, here we go. Very quick war, 77%, that's good. And we now have a town to besiege. We'll besiege it. It's a quick one. We're getting 53% every 12 turns, so it's not too bad. A dirty secret. I caught Count Andreas of Anhalt and my courtier Esther in a bit of an embrace. Forgive and forget. We don't care. You're just a random courtier. I've got bigger fish to fry right now. Very, very big fish in the form of a king. Your little lovins make no difference to me. Right, okay. Just the bishopric to go. My success to oh yes! Perfectamundo! Perfectamundo! We are increasing the opinion of King Bertrand, who now likes us 57, which is surely enough for him to realise the error of his ways and remove himself from the faction. Perfectamundo, 112%. Nah. Okay. Now we're in a sticky predicament. He's removed himself from the faction. We could actually get more plot power. We could actually have him killed. But given that he likes us quite a lot now and he's on side, although because of his high marshal he still has a very large number of men, I think we should probably no longer wish to kill him. Bringing his son in would be beneficial for having a weaker king, but then we'd lose we'd lose this opinion. We'd also lose the marshal, because his son would want to be on the council, and his son actually, or whoever the heir is it his son? It must be. Who is this? I don't know who this is relation to. But anyway, he's wouldn't be worthy of a council position, which could also cause problems. I think we would prefer him alive and on side than dead. So we're going to end this little plot. Things have progressed rather satisfactorily, and our Chancellor has worked his charms the Prince Emmerich the Chaste, Duke of Bavaria, Chancellor of our country, and now we award him an honorary title for services done. Seneschal, my son, Seneschal. That was a very smart piece of diplomatic manoeuvring you've just pulled off. Potentially could have saved us a rather sticky situation. So we shall reward him with honorary title. So we are still increasing in coin, despite the fact we have a large army up, and we are reinforcing at full pelt with our thingamabobs. Bugger. We have an outbreak of consumption creeping ever closer to our gates. That needs keeping an eye on. That needs keeping an eye on as a matter of urgency. Okay, so seeing as things have changed slightly now, seeing as we are so close to victory, so very, very close to victory, I think we can probably afford to assault the next holding and take the loss of men. We have actually lost we've lost a couple. We lost almost 1,300 men, and the Knights Templar have got a new holding as well. So our family are expanding, flourishing in their roles, doing a damn good job. Duchy of something or other. I care not for your duchy titles. If we can kill him, that will be war over. Let's get up there quickly. Get up there quickly. Just 6% required. Come on, we're almost there. Loads of people imprisoned by the King of England. He's having a rampant time, isn't he? He's having a rampant time in the Middle East. He's loving it. Alright, here we go. Here we go. And that is all she wrote. Have a claim. Not a problem. Have a claim, my child. Righty-ho then. Off the piece. Right, this is where you cross your fingers. This is where you cross your toes. Have I got it right this time? Is Sicily going to come under our control? Almost. Almost. There's a little bit of green. What is this? What is going on? Why are bits in green? So we have won. We have ousted King Morga. I think it's because he's still got some of Africa. These might be African lands now. Yes. Kingdom of Africa. So we don't have the entirety of Sicily. He's got a little bit more left. He's got that. He's got that. He's got that. And he's got that. But do you know what? Let him have those little poxy lands, because that's not my concern right now. My concern... Oh, his kingdom title is actually going to be right there, isn't it? Yeah, that's his primary title. Right next door to me. We are neighbours. So the new king of Sicily... Let's have a quick look at him. He'll probably want to be on the council, which is another issue. But seeing as he already likes us quite a bit, we can leave him off the council until an advisor spot comes up. Unless one of our advisors is really, really weak. No, we've got 2 kings as our advisors. So he'll have to just wait his turn. It's not a problem. Let's disband the troops. Thank the Byzantine Emperor for his services. We're back up to 25,000 men, which will really help any sort of faction situation. We are still reinforcing our levy, and we have a bit of coin to play with, and we're going to increase monthly balance now because we're not paying for upkeep. So now, my friend, it is down to you. You have the strong claim on Africa. I will leave it to you to pick off Morga, because I can't pick him off because I'm in a defensive pact situation and I've now got a truce with him. So you're gonna have to do it yourself. But hey ho, enjoy. Welcome to the realm of the Holy Romans. So just like that, we have collected, yes, another kingdom title. Let's have a wee look at our empire now. The peak of our power. The peak of our power. We have England under our control. We have a little bit of northern France, Normandy, under our control. All of modern day lands here, Germany, and we've got Holland that's just sworn fealty to us. We are encroaching ever further into France. We have almost effectively unified Italy, barring a few little blips. Isn't that glorious? Isn't that good? And isn't he doing well for a shy craven type? Can't manage his own council like, but he can manage to expand the empire. Thank you very much. Our threat is now 76.9%. That's a little bit of an issue. It means we can't really do too much in terms of waging war. So if we want to claim France, or we want to claim Hungary, or even Poland or Croatia going forward, we have to now rely on vassal inheritance. We have to rely on vassal inheritance. So whilst we'll go to the 1st of January, and then we'll take a little bit of a looky at the state of play and how we want to proceed from here. So we're going to sort of refocus and reset our goal, reset our sights here. So let's just take a quick look at the vassal opinions. So all of the kings are in the green. Turstin loves us. William de Hauteville, new king of Sicily, loves us. A few epoxy nobodies. The King of Burgundy now loves us due to the hard work of our Chancellor. Kingdom of Italy, he likes us. And everything else is pretty glowing. There is a Holsteiner revolt, apparently, which is not my concern, because they're probably revolting against their heretical liege, so that he can carry on with that. In fact, I don't even like the liege. I don't even like this man. I hope he loses his flipping title, because he's a heretic. You're a dog. You have joined at the right moment, Mazagi, yes. What you have missed is you have missed the fact that we have forced the Duke of Holland to swear fealty. So we've got a new duchy under our control, and we have just claimed Sicily. We have just claimed Sicily for the benefits of one William de Hauteville, the brother of the former King of Sicily. So we're going places. We are going places indeed. Okay, so the vassal opinions we are more than happy with. Council, however, bit more of a problem. As you've just witnessed, we no longer can grant titles. That's a slight concern. Just a smidgen of a concern. Now we can actually vote back this again, because it's actually time for us to... We're in time to make a vote. But nobody's going to vote for that. So we'd have to do some political wrangling in terms of buying favours or requesting council support in return of a favour. And we need to turn 3 people to our side. So out of these, would any of them be game for a favour? Buy favour? No. Okay. You'd be very expensive to buy a favour for. Yeah, I think it's about 1,000 gold. Yeah, 1,100 gold. Perhaps not. Let's have a look at this one. Buy favour? No. He'll buy it. He's probably too expensive because he's a king. 1,000 gold to buy his favour, but he'll probably join. He probably would do because he likes us. How about you? Too expensive because you're a king. Buy favour. Okay, that's 1. Buy favour. That's just 1. Okay, let's try a separate tact. Council support. No. Council support. Yes. We do him a favour though, and he'd probably use it to decrease council position, decrease council power elsewhere. So probably not worth it. No. So we certainly do not have control of this council, do we? I think that's what we're gathering from this little exercise, is that poor old Igor is not very good at the politics. He's not the greatest diplomat. Spying, intrigue, assassinating, expanding his land, perfectly fine. Internal politics, completely useless. But hey ho, you can't be good at everything. So what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for vassal inheritance chances. So we need second or third in lines that are willing to join our court initially, and there's no candidates in France. Any candidates in Croatia? 8, 5, no candidates in Croatia. Hungary, she's now come of age. Want to come to my court, my dear? No. Are you married? Yes. Okay, that's a problem. It's a shame. Okay, none of them want to join. No. Okay, okay. Poland. 8. Alright. I don't think they have favours from me. I think they have favours from each other. He's returning a favour to Prince Emmerich, and he's returning a favour to Duke Wiegrich. None of them owe me. I don't owe any of them a favour. Okay, so there's no vassal inheritance chances on our borders, and our vassal opinion is stable. So we're quite happy with that. Rightful imprisonment. Oh! We could try to imprison him. But he'll end his plot, and we've only got a 1% chance. Quite a few characters that are causing problems here. Let's get that going. Let's get that going. Right, well, we're now going to kick in with our patient trait, and we're going to patiently wait to see what develops naturally. Because opportunities will present themselves, no doubt, in the not too distant future. I'm pretty much sure they will. So we shall wait patiently to see what happens. Every 1st of January, like in the last session, we'll constantly check our neighbours for any potential openings. But for the time being, we shall use our money to upgrade our holdings closer to home. In fact, I think what we'll do, given that we've got some domain space, we may build the last holding here in Praha. So we're going to go for the final castle holding when we can afford it, to give us the maximum bonuses we can get in relation to taxes, in relation to income, and to levy, martial recruitment. And the council is now content. Perfect. So none of my kings can now join factions, which is absolutely fabulous. Which means that no faction should really cause us a problem now. So we also, as well as expanding our realm, we now have relative stability. Times are good. It's good to be the emperor, thinks Igor. And even the king that caused so much problems, realises the errors of his ways. Very good. Very good indeed. Just need to work on your diplomatic politics now, your internal politics game, Igor. That's all we ask of you. Take some lessons. Take some lessons, my child. For a very brief moment, I was thinking of switching him to carousing focus, perhaps, to see if he can get his politics up, whilst there is relative peace. Wow, well done. What have you gained? I don't know. Cannot tell. You've gained a moral victory. Very good. Right. Yeah, I don't have I don't have societies on for this playthrough, but yeah, definitely for my final playthrough, I will I'll have all of them for my grand finale playthrough. No, he hasn't gained the Kingdom of Jerusalem. You want to stop stopping coughing, my dear? We already had that. He got that before he became king of... Well, when he became king of England, he inherited that because his father had that after a successful crusade. So that was already in our possession. Ransom would be a clutch as King Turquatil. Called in a favour. So who is she anyway? Oh, she was the one that I was potentially going to have a bit of an affair with. Oh dear. Okay, he needs another wife. He's not landed, which means I have to do his dirty work for him. Well, I'll get round to it. I'm rather busy. Rather busy. Okay, let's just get rid of some of these. Released from the dungeons. Okay, Baron of Megadel, Baron of Tyrus. He's taken some land somewhere. Count of Tyrus. It was something to do with Galilee. I don't know why he's white pieced. He was doing quite well when I last looked. But anyway, yeah, he must. I think he might have. Has he taken Tyrus, perhaps? Yeah, he's taken Tyrus, I think. Which must be de jure part of the Duchy of Galilee, then. Yeah, that's what's happened. He's taken Tyrus. My wife has... Oh, my wife has died. Oh, my wildling love. Oh, no. He's taken Tyrus, yeah. I'm pretty great after all. I should be proud of myself. He loses humble. Yeah, you know what? Why should I be humble, he's thinking. I've pulled in the Kingdom of England. I've pulled in the England of the Kingdom of Sicily. I've put, you know, I should not be humble. I should shout from the rafters of my greatness. I am the mighty Emperor Igor, conqueror of 2 kingdom titles, never seen before. I should be very proud of my accomplishments. And my wife is dead. Now it's safe to assume that they never got on like a house on fire. She had lover's pox, so we suspect she was cheating on us, although we could never prove it. So now that she's gone, I think our emperor needs cause for celebration. Cause for celebration indeed. Let's have a wee look, shall we? Let's have a wee look at who's on the market. Anybody particularly good? Time for a younger woman. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Why the hell not? Let's scour the world. The world is our lobster. Yeah, I mean, if they were deeply and madly in love with each other, for roleplay purposes, I wouldn't be remarrying this quickly. For the sake of, because I don't need the stats. We've got the domain limit. You know, we don't really need to marry for any other reason. But they weren't really. It wasn't a love thing. So we were so close to cheating on her, if you remember. It's only the fact that it was our son's wife that turned us away. If it wasn't our son's wife, we were considering cheating in that last pop-up that we got. So he was already sort of, you know, dancing with being unfaithful. So, but I don't think it should be a game mechanic, because, you know, if your wife's died and you didn't like her, then why should you mourn? Why should you mourn? I didn't like my wife, I'm moving on. And even worse, you know, what if you kill your wife? You've killed her. Well, there's definitely no mourning there. there's cause for celebration. Right, we're looking for a nice. We're looking for a genius wife, perhaps. I don't know. We don't need kids. We don't want a wife that's too clever. We don't want her to outsmart us. We don't want her to be too big for her boots. This is really bad. So we'll go with a wife that is perhaps just quick, not too out there. just so that she's got... We don't want a high intrigue wife because, well, we don't want to be outdone. I'm thinking we go either with a high stewardship wife, or even better, maybe a high diplomatic wife. Perhaps a wife that can, you know, work her charms with our council members, perhaps, to help us out. Not men, women. Thank you. A pretend mourning. Yes, crocodile tears. Okay. There's not much on the market there, is there? When it comes to Quick anyway. So we'll get rid of Quick. We'll just go with a high diplomatic wife. That's relatively young. Shona, a Scottish woman. Alright. She's trusting, patient, stubborn and envious. Semi-decent intrigue. We don't have to have a record breaker. Surmount. I was trying to be very polite about it, but you speak the truth. We could go with a high stewardship, which would help with domain, but we're not massively in need of that. Birgitta, she's Swedish. She's homosexual, gregarious, diligent and ambitious. Nah, that doesn't... Ambitious, not good. Homosexual, not good, because, you know, if we're going to marry for a bit of a good time, that wouldn't work too well. Yeah. Dear. Well, I've got to say, the Emperor is not impressed with the pictures that have been brought forth to his table. Shona seems okay. She's 27. She's Scottish. Oh, do you know what? That's perfect. The only attractive woman that will come to our court is 65. That's not the right direction. That's not the right direction we were going for. Let's try something a slightly bit different. Let's go for age. And let's... Norman. That works. 12. Stewardship is reasonable. She's cruel and cynical. Envious, attractive, thrifty clerk. She's 16. Yeah. Catholic. Persian. Patient, arbitrary, envious and honest. Orthodox. Ooh, I'm thinking Solova. I'm thinking Solova is... I must say, I got to admit, you know, Persian, exotic. Her stats aren't as good, but she's attractive. She's an honest character. She's patient. I mean, she looks better than her. No offence, my dear. No offence, but you know, she's certainly better looking. You're both attractive, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think yeah. I like this option actually. We're going to suffer prestige issues, but hey ho, who cares about prestige at a time like this? Here she comes, and we are married. Just like that. Now let's see if Emperor Igor still has it, if you get what I mean. Seduction focus. Good call. Good call. I like it. He's got, you know, his hard work. He's now patient. He's done the hard work. The kingdoms have come. Everything has settled down. So, you know what? Whilst we are patiently waiting for our Chancellor to bring us news about potential vassal inheritance candidates, we're going to have a good time. seduction to start with, and then perhaps we'll go to maybe go for something else a bit later. Some carousing maybe, some parties, start throwing some feasts and having a grand old time, become gluttonous. Let's just go the whole hog. Seduction focus for 5 years, followed by carousing, so that we can really party hard. Go out with a bang, literally as we fall down the stairs weighing 25 stones. Right. Good show, good show. Right. So, for the time being, if any seduction options come up, we won't quite go there just yet. I mean, we've just married this rather lovely looking woman who has a very lovely crown on her head, so we're going to at least get things done with her for a couple of years before we start looking elsewhere. Anyway, what's her opinion of us? 22. That's pretty good, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Gerard the Cruel is still causing grief in his kingdom by usurping titles left, right, and centre. But that's what we hired him for, to expand our realm. Right, we have lost Duke Hans the Fat, who has been well, he's died of smallpox, unfortunately. We've lost our spy master. So we shall have to recruit a new one. Will she convert? Does she like us enough? No. We'd have to give her a gift. Consider it a marriage payment. No problem. Now go and buy some clothes, my dear. We can't have you looking like a dog's dinner in court now, can we? Right, very good. We need a new spy master. We do have a powerful vassal that we are yet to place on the council. Let's have a look here. Who was it? It was the king. It was the new king, wasn't it? It was the king of Sicily. He's 11 intrigue, which is not marvellous, but can we perhaps go for one of the other advisors as a spy master? He's got 5 intrigue, that's no good. What about you? He's got 10. So the question is, do we go with the highest intrigue skill, or do we go with a spy master that likes us? I think for the benefits of getting a council that we want on our side, that likes us, I think we should put the new king here. He might even be a loyalist. Maybe not. So, I know we don't need to have him on the council because he's already got a good opinion, but I could really do with getting people on the council that are going to be loyal and bendable, so we can start eroding their stranglehold on the council power. So yeah, we don't need the high intrigue for state intrigue. We're not really using the spy master for anything useful other than gaining technology right now. He's not loyal though, but he should be open to council support. Okay, conflicting interests. By favour, 400. No. That went well. Give him an inch to take half a mile. I'll remember this, William. I'll remember this. He's leading troops at the moment. Why are you leading troops with a martial ability of 3? That is not wise. Cancel your leading troops and go study some technology, please. Perhaps not in there because, well, let's just say there's a bit of a pox happening. So we have to forget that. We'll scheme for the time being. In fact, we'll scheme just in case there are any underhanded tactics at hand. Commander is required also. Let's bring forth him. Let's bring you forth. Come on. Why not? I think now is the time for us to increase our retinue. What do you say? 23,000! Jesus wept. People are dying, like dropping like flies here. So now we have 23,000 retinue cap. This is absolutely ludicrous. because of course we have another kingdom in our ranks, so that's further increased it. So we can have a retinue of about 15,000 men here. Never again shall anybody question our authority. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? What should we go for? I'll let you have a pick of our next few retinue troops. We've got 800 light infantry, we've got 750 pikes, 1,400 archers, 1,700 heavy troops, 2,000 light cavalry, including several hussar units, 200 heavy cavalry, and we've got about a 5,000, 6,000 retinue cap to play with. What do we think? I think a few more heavy infantry troops would be beneficial. Let's get to about 2,500 heavy infantry. Mix of everything. Okay, 1, 2. Pikes win wars. Right. Okay. Let's get to 1,000 pikes then. There we go. That's 1,000 pikemen. I'm not too fussed about light infantry. I think a few more pikes then. 1.2k pikes. So 1.2k pikes. 2.1k. We've got enough horses, I think. So what have we got left? 3,000. Jesus. This is like insane levels of retinue. I've never seen a higher retinue than this in any of my playthroughs. This is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I think some more heavies. I'll go with more heavies. Heavies there. I said 2.5, didn't I? So 2.5k levy, heavy infantry, sorry. And we'll go for some light as well. Why not? Just to balance the books a touch. There we go. They're cheap. And some more. Lovely. Bankrupt again. Oh, bugger! I was saving up for that final holding. Damn blast. Never mind. We'll get there eventually. I think a more powerful retinue is better anyway. It will offset the levy loss from the extra castle. Herbert the Seducer does not like us, and he is... we could imprison him if we wish, but you are so weak. I cannot. My wife has converted to Catholicism, which is good. We've lost the court chaplain. Not a problem. Right, which means that there is a new vassal here. There is a new vassal, there is a new... No. Why? What happened to my court chaplain? Marshal, massive recruitment drive. Which is exactly what we want to see. How many men? 28k men. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice indeed. Siege of Capua. What's happening? Why are we besieging Capua? Who is besieging Capua and what is going on? Looting. These don't really concern us. Fabricating a claim on Burgundy. Duchy of Burgundy is owned by one of my family members, if I recall correctly. Was my cousin, yeah. My courtier Alice de Bourbon has just informed me that Count Oda of Mortain tried to recruit her in a scheme to seduce my wife. What? Bitter rivals. What? Just hang on just a second here. Just hold your horses. Tried to seduce my wife, did you? And why would you do that, Count Odo the Lecher? Seeing as we have lots of time on our hands with nothing else better to do, perhaps we should have him bumped off, eh? Not possible. Right. Well, we'll just have to keep an eye on him. Perhaps we... Well, ooh. I've had my eye on a feisty young scullery maid with huge intellect for some time now. Though she skillfully dodges the attentions of every boy and greybeard at court, I have her blushing furiously whenever I gaze into her eyes. Seduced and wrapped around my finger, this sharp lass could be very useful. Make her a lady and keep her my mistress. Bed her and make her mine. I could do better than a common wench. Scullery maid. We are a proud. We haven't gained the trait proud, but we lost humble because we were becoming more proud. And I think pride. We have a decent looking wife, just married for the time being. We perhaps can do better than a scullery maid. It's fun having her dancing on the end of a string for us, but it's just a game to increase his self-confidence. Right. Burgundian Valesian de jure war over Valais. Where's Valais? Are we getting more land? It's probably somewhere up here. Oh, here. Thought it was going to be a call to arms. Basileus Trainus the Pious wants to marry... Oh, my Hungarian courtier. Everybody wants to marry this woman. Probably because of her claim to Hungary. I'm sorry. No, I've made a mistake. She's not the one with the claim to Hungary at all. I've got confused. Who's got the claim to Hungary then? I'm sure she was called Arpad as well. She's there. Princess No, is that... Oh, that's my cousin. Okay, she doesn't want to come to court, to my court. That is fine, not a problem. Okay. No, she's just come of age. Where's the claimants? Let me get this claimant. Let me see this claimant. Was it her? Yes, it was Arpad Aranka, who was 56. Mind you, our threat levels have gone down. Right, okay. Yep, off you go. Eva Arpad, husband's just died. She's 22. She's a hunchback, but whatever floats your boat, my friend. Off she goes. We are lacking a council position. Court chaplain required. He would be a loyalist. Although he's not got the best learning, we need loyalists, right? Yes, we do. We need loyal council members. We need this council to become ours. So we will suffer a debuff to the stats if it's going to help our position. So we are, you see, we are shy, we are craven when it comes to out and out face-to-face confrontation. But we are scheming. And if the council are proving to be too problematic for us to deal with in a direct manner, like perhaps Yesek would have done, he'd have probably killed them all off. They wouldn't have even dared to deny him what he wants. We'll just go about it a different way. Oh, see, look at that. By calling in a favour, has forced us to start a vote on the title revocation committee law. Great guns. So we are our power is being eroded piece by piece. A second English holy war for Galilee by King Turquatil. He is not one to stand on his laurels, is he? And it's been approved. Of course it has. Of course it has. Right, so we literally, the only thing that we can vote on, or that we have the power to do, is we can imprison at our discretion. Everything else has to go through the council, which is really, really painful. Okay, well, we have one loyal member. Out of interest, out of all of these things that we can vote for, are there any that we can pass? More money from the burgers? Probably not. So we'd have to get 2 of them to bend to our will. We've got 1 supporter, which means we need 2 more to bend, and then we can change one of these laws back. This is like a bloody constant fight here. We do have a selection of honorary titles to give out. Forgot to put our court dwarf in position. Right, court jester. Any premises still alive? Sophie Premislid is a courtier in France. She's 66 years old. Let's go for men and women. Any? She's a bit old to be a court jester and she looks a bit grumpy. Never mind. I was hoping for a Premislid jester. Right then. Keeper of Swan. So if there's any council members that perhaps might be swayed by an honorary title, possibly not. He's already loyal. Okay, let's go through the process again. I had join court on yes. Well, yes, they'd have to join my court to be a jester, wouldn't they? If they're not going to come to my court, I can't appoint them. Well, these are my vassals, right? Okay. Where's No, there's no premises in my court. No. They have melded away. They've got a couple of vassals, but they'd have to join. Never mind. Never mind. In fact, out of interest, whilst we're looking up the premises, there's only 6 of them left. Who remembers the days of Premislid annihilation? Yesek, the scourge of the Premislid family, killed most of them off, but there's only 6 of them left alive. Let's have a look at them. God, do their family have a higher prestige than us? We'll have to check that out as well. That's another thing we can't allow. Can't have them with a higher prestige rating. By the time we finish this campaign, it would be a bloody heresy. Okay, they're not looking good, are they? Okay, so who's left alive? There's Vratislav, who's the Bishop of Heredasti. We've got Clara. So he's not having any more kids, is he? So, poof, they're gone. These aren't Premislids, these are Kobylas. A Premislid married a Kobyla? How has this happened? Who did you marry? God, if Yesek was alive to see this, he'd be... Well, oh God, I dread to think. Anyway, she's not having any more Premislid children, so they're gone. She's a Premislid, married, no more Premislids there. No more Premislids there. He's a bishop, so no more Premislids there either. So what we are seeing here, folks, is that none of these 6 members of premises that are left alive are going to reproduce. So give or take 20 years. the premises will be no more. Oh dear, how very sad. 518, what's our prestige level? So whilst they are dying, we are thriving. Okay, yes, we don't have as much for now. But we're still alive. 39 members, no less. Oh no! Excuse me, no! Our uncle died aged 35, frothing at the mouth. He was the Grand Master of the Knights Templar. Bugger! That's a shame. What I do ask though is perhaps maybe somebody else in our family took up the mantle? Don't think so. No, I doubt it. Damn. Never mind. Right. So what was I doing? I was looking for potential ways to convince my court to change a law, but they're not interested. They're not interested. Okay. Well, we just need one more loyal member. Next person to see the. You see the steward. The steward is not even landed. He's a very good steward, but he's not landed. In fact, he's not bad. He's not marvellous. So can we appoint a potential loyal steward? See, he'd be a loyalist, but what's his stewardship? 2. Okay, that's probably a little bit too low. He'd be a loyalist, but his stewardship is 6. If I can get a loyalist steward with opinion of +10, that would be pretty handy. That would give me 2 loyalists to work with, which means I'd only have to twist one person's arm to get a law changed. Is there anybody out there? Who's the highest opinion? Da 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 da. Hey ho. Ooh, we got. I'm not interested in getting a better steward for the sake of inviting random people, but need loyal. Yeah, I mean the incompetent Kobyla would be old Prince Matus. I mean, he's craven like his father. He's content. Now, for roleplay purposes, content means we ain't expanding very much. We're pretty much just going to sit pretty. He's probably just going to sit pretty and enjoy the fruits of his father's labour. Maybe end up, as they say, like his father is lustful. So, pretty much like his father is now. Seduction and having a ripe old time, well earned by him, of course. He's probably just going to do it from the start. Lots of partying, lots of seduction, you know, no justice at all. You know, he doesn't care for things, and craven, so he doesn't really want to open himself up to ridicule and for battles and things. Although he is diligent, so that'll be interesting. But his stats are not very good. His traits aren't marvellous. It would be an interesting time. But not a lot would happen, I would have thought. Unless the vassals really do rise up against him. Count Jordan of Vexin and Cecilia, who is my courtier. Who's got lovers' porks. Forgive and forget. We're not really down with that. Not really down with that, but Duke of Savoy. Okay. So we'll get to the first of January. Ah, I forgot you were still doing that. Right. Which of the kings needs the most vassal opinion? So we've got Sicily 100, we've got England 100, we've got bloody Bertrand at 73, Let's go for the King of Italy now. Let's get him bumped up a bit. Let's get him bumped up just a touch. There you go. Let's make the King of Italy like us that little bit more. That would be most glorious. Thank you very much. Right, let's have a look. So our retinue upkeep is pretty expensive. But it's not a problem. It's going at full rate. It will be worth it in the long run. It's pretty much halved. It's pretty much halved our income. But hey ho. I don't think the King's concerned with that, with such trivial matters now about such as maximising revenues. He's quite happy with his lot in life. Young wife, good looking. It's now time to enjoy one's hard work. My kings are doing my work for me, he thinks. They're expanding. They are going to war for just causes, holy wars in the promised lands. Let them do the work. Let my kings do the expanding. I have earned a rest. Okay. Who is this man? Leader of Fulk's host. Going to carve out a realm of his own. Does that affect me? My keeper's built in Praha. Woo! Now this... Oh God. What did I say? What have I said? Always have I said, why is it a family trait of the Kobylas that every damn wife that we have, every male that has a wife, ends up with that bloody wife cheating on him? Anyway, yeah, I was about to say, we've got an actual member of the College of the Cardinals. Cardinal Clement the Holy is given... Yeah, extremely holy. Extremely holy indeed. He doesn't look very good at all. So where is he? In fact, we've got three cardinals in the old college. Cardinal Eustace the Holy. Got cancer, unfortunately. We've got Cardinal O'Shea of Durham. Oh. We've got three cardinals. Will any of them become a pope? Who is the preferati? It is Cardinal Gwynedd, whoever he is. Anyway, we have more pressing matters than cardinals and popes and all that kind of jazz. We have an adulterous wife. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why have you done this to me? I ask you, why have you done this to me? Let's see if there's any chance of this happening. 98%. My dear, I have a task for you. It's a very simple task. You see, in the vaults of Praha, there are several barrels of a rather potent red liquid. If you wouldn't awfully mind descending into the cellars of my castle and sorting my little problem out. Thank you very much. Let's see how she gets on. Right. Meanwhile, my wife is an adulteress. So she has really ticked me off. But we'll deal with her after we've dealt with her horrible partner. Silly cow's got lover's pox now as well to boot. So for the time being, she shall just sit there. Yes. Off with her head, indeed. We'll get round to killing her after we've killed the man that dared to try, well, didn't try, dared to seduce her. Right, who is this? This is Arpad Dorottier, who's got a strong claim on a duchy somewhere, wants to marry my courtier, David Arpad of House Harpad. That's fine. Oh dear! Oh dear, oh dear. Apparently, a loose railing may find itself in the path of one Count Burgundo. Ah, this weekend I planned for a quiet one. Last weekend I had a busy weekend, purposely. But this weekend, because the horse racing is back on, I am going to enjoy horse racing this weekend. So all day tomorrow I'm going to be watching the horse racing and doing some trading. Same on Sunday afternoon as well. There's some big races on, so yeah, I'm going to really enjoy a quiet weekend in with the horses. And tomorrow evening there will be a stream of Follow the Samurai. And then Sunday evening I'll play football, like I always do every Sunday. So pretty nice and quiet weekend in, with horses, with you guys. And maybe, just maybe, I may have a couple of glasses of wine tomorrow in the stream as well. Anyway, Count Burgundo has fallen to his death like a piece of rotten fruit off the market stall. A tragic accident indeed. So you get for sleeping with the Emperor's wife, you utter clown. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And Leeds United aren't playing, so I don't have to get stressed. But I will be keeping my eye on the scores, because Sheffield United, I think, are playing, and as are Norwich. So if they both win, Leeds will be in third place by the close of play tomorrow. But I'll be watching with interest. But at least I don't have to stress about the game. Anyway, where were we? That's right. We were dealing with our dastardly wife, who we had the kindness to bring across the land, the sea, wherever the hell she came from. Placed a lovely crown upon her head. She could have had it all as the Empress of the land. She could have had it all, but no, she had to throw it away. Well, my dear, I'm sorry to have to say, these things don't happen in the presence of spiders. Black Widow are known to, the females are known to eat the males. Well, this breed of spider works in reverse. Because you, my love, are about to die. Oh, look at that. Most of my kings want her dead. Oh, we're paused, sorry. Come on, people, come on down, join the plot and kill this wench. She dared to besmirch my name. I'm sure you'll agree, she needs to go. of the features of Holy Fury that I really like is the kill count. You get a kill count, don't you? You get a little option where you can track all the people you've killed. Can you imagine the list of kills for old Yesek? That would have been a rather large list, mostly of premise lids. It would have been quite great for the old Chronicle. Okay, more warring coming to an end for old Bertrand the Cruel, who, despite his issues, has actually done quite a good job in expanding down here. Ha! Seeing Nor with her nose deep in the cup, it suddenly struck me that all I need to get rid of her is some of our famous Bohemian special vat. My grandfather swore by it. Hell, so did my father as he sipped it and took his last breath. Hemlock goes well with the red. Oh dear, it's got to be done. It's got to be poison special, that, hasn't it? It's got to be Bohemian special. Only fitting for the adulteress. Anyway, when she's dead, we have seduction focus. We can just have our wicked way with many people. But we're going to start engaging in loads of feasts now. Oh! Bohemian Special claims another victim. The wine did not agree with her. She died, clutching at her throat, frothing at the mouth, looking up with those doe eyes at her emperor. And he just looked down upon her with contempt. Yeah. And enjoyed every last second of it. We will celebrate with mead. Thank you very much. Let that be a warning to anybody else that dares cause me concern. I mean, we are a kind man. But as I said at the very start of his reign, in the right circumstances, to the right people. Slight me, and a bit of Yesek comes out. A cross between Yesek and Johan. Kind when it matters. But it's just got that little bit of a nasty streak when he needs it. Somebody's trying to fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of Sicily title. Was it you? Was it you? Somebody did. Yeah. Spiders can be very dangerous creatures when it comes to mating. Okay, so we've had 2 wives. One died. Yeah. I mean, look at the difference. Look at her beautiful face. Look at her. No wonder it's turned to seduction focus. I mean, she's provided us with children, bless her. We can't argue with that. But my God, she was no oil painting, was she? Okay. Our coin is increasing slightly, which means that the retinue is probably almost finished. Yeah, the horses are done. So there's just a little bit more to go with the infantry, but we do have enough coin to start branching out, and we'll keep this saving up again. I'm still saving up to create this last holding, so we'll get that saved. Okay, well, we'll continue to remain patient. We'll go to the 1st of January, and then we'll do another check on vassal inheritance situations. Alliances formed. And whilst we're waiting for that, we'll just take a look at the wider world, because steel is getting quite large. Navarra's got a bit there, Aragon has got a little bit there, still a lot of a Muslim presence. Barcelona down there, a little bit here. Old African man, King of Africa. Oh no, he died! He died! My niece is now Queen of Africa. How very interesting. Oh dear, dear, dear. Who is the heir to the Kingdom of Africa? She is the heir, right? I'm not going to do it because the Kingdom of Africa is so pitiful. It consists literally of 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. See you later, JJ. We could invite Princess Fredensde, and we could go for vassal inheritance here. Kill her off. And boom, before you know it, she would be Queen of Africa and be under our control. But we'd have to give her a Queen title here, and to gain 4 lands it's hardly worth it. So what we'll do instead is we'll just form an alliance with our niece. Oh, she's not interested. Screw you then. Enjoy your 4 poxy disparate lands. And we hope that our King of Sicily takes them from you in due course. Right. Let's, you know what, I can't wait any longer. Let's check now. Let's check now. The price of decadence. Ooh, somebody's been overthrown. Overthrown indeed. How about you, sir? How about you? Oh, little child. He's an... ooh, who's he? Who is he? Oh! That'd be a lot of killing, though. We'd have to kill the king and the 2 heirs. That's a lot of killing. 85%. 57%. Right, what I'll do is... How old's he? 28. 88%. We could probably work towards this. We could work towards this. What's the succession law here? The issue with trying to... Well, we can invite him for free. The issue with this situation is... If any of these guys have kids and stuff, it could throw a spanner. But let's invite him to court. Let's make him a notable character. Invite him to court, and let's work on killing his brothers and fathers and everybody else that stands between him and the title of France. We may, just may, be able to work vassal inheritance in France if we can get him to become heir, which means killing 2 people. Not beyond the realms of possibility for a spider. Okay. And he's young, he's 17, so he's hopefully not going to die anytime soon. There's an opening here. There is really an opening. Now, France would be the biggest coup of the lot. I mean, England is a fairly nice deal, but this would just be the icing on the cake if we could nab this. So we'll just keep that in mind. Let's have a look at Hungary. He's still alive. She doesn't want to come to our court, so there's no go there. How close is she to coming? If she can come, if we can get her across. Jonathan, hello, welcome. And he's 10. Nobody in line there. Right, okay. This is definitely the best chance we've got of vassal inheritance at the moment, and it's our prime target. So I think what we'll do is we'll focus on killing the easiest to kill first. He is... What's he? He's 85. He's 57. The king is 88. I think the king dying would be better, because it would prevent him from having any further kids, and it would go to a regency. And then killing the kid would be easier in a regency, possibly. So I think killing the king actually is the better job, first of all. He's probably, yeah, he's disfigured. He's probably in a fight, a duel, or a battle. He's ended up with grievous injuries. Disfigured his face horrendously. Right. Yeah, I think the King of France is actually the best bet to bump off here. Because, as I just explained, if he has more kids, it pushes our guy further down the line of inheritance, which we don't want. Send a gift and get you into the mix. Let's get our spy master, who's not very good, but build a spy network and get some more plot power here. And let's see what that does for our plot power. Good night, Charlene. Sounds like you need some sleep. Those keyboards aren't very comfortable, you know. 100%, which means it's doable. Might take a while, but it's doable. Countess Alicia Brescia, nah, nothing to concern me. Okay. Oh, Popey. Let's go for round 2. Oh, he's not that good though. It's only 12. No, it's not good enough. Not good enough. Want to be my vassal? Of course you do. Just thought I'd ask. God loves a try and all that. How do we start? How do we start? Is it an automatic thing, or do you actually have to do something? I think it's automatic, isn't it? He needs to pull his finger out. Right. We could probably do also. We could probably also do with sowing dissent as well. That might help more people join our plot. So we're focusing now completely on killing the King of France before he has another child. Oh, can you actually manually seduce? I thought it was automatic. Oh, bloody hellfire. I've been sat here waiting for it to happen. We need to force the issue, man. Come on. Let's have a look at our court. Any courtiers that catch the old eye? We've got... How come half our flipping women courtiers have lovers' pox? What the hell is going on around here? Oh no, that's not attractive, that's quick. Well, it's safe to say nothing really doing it for him there. Let's go once again. Do you have to seduce people in your court, or can you seduce anybody? Oh, you can seduce anybody. She's Croatian. Croatian is just down the road. Zagreb. Attractive, 31. Can you seduce people that are far away? Vigela Sklava. Well, she can come to court anyway. I'll seduce her at my court. No difference. If you can seduce people far away, then there's no need to have that on, is there? Oh. Okay, so she's coming along. Come, my dear, I have plans for you. Oh, very good. Right, seduce. Straight away. Straight away. She's literally, her feet have barely touched the ground and we're already pouncing upon her. Bless her. You won't know what's hit you, my dear. Literally. Come on, King of France. Come on, King of France. You need to die. You need to die pretty soon. Ah! Okay, Duke Adel. So he's just had a son. Ah, bugger. Bugger, 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 bugger. So one of the this is probably too far-fetched. I'll keep trying though. He's diligent, isn't he? Well, I'm making him diligent. Tough. Yeah, so he's had a son, so that puts another person in front of us as things currently stand. No problem. No problem at all. We'll just potter along patiently and wait for things to happen, as we do. Because, hey-ho, we've got other things to occupy our mind. So we are going to... oh, she's not responded to my letters. No. We shall continue this seduction malarkey. And we shall have our way. We shall have glorious victory. Does she not know who I am? Oh. Not interested. Right, let's have another quick look at the council, see if there's any potential any stewards. No. Any higher ranked people that might want to be loyal vassals? Any decent level of stewardship? Letters of love. He's trying again. Ooh. Well, who was it who tried seduction? Was it Jacek or was it Johan? I think it might have been Jacek in his final few years. He was chasing the Melisande with the red hair, if you remember. And he must have chased her for flipping years. She absolutely didn't fall for it until, you know, until she finally buckled, you know. It took him ages. Whereas Emperor Igor, 2 letters and she's put in his hands. Time to up the ante. Oh my God, who's... No need to die so noisily. Die quietly, man. What is... Just leave them be. Let them get on with their damn seductions. I'm seducing my own. Raiders. Trapani's under siege. We're almost... Ooh. So now we send her a beautiful necklace. Covered her room with wild flowers. And today... I found my bed full of wilted petals and a bent rusty... She's obviously playing games. She's playing I like her style. I like it. She's making me work. Good. The more one works for one's reward, the sweeter it is when you get it. I'm unmarried. Of course I am. I'm young. In his own mind. I'm young, free and single. Time to live the high life. How are your factions now? Huh. Pathetic. You can all band it together, you dogs. Oh shoot. This is quite pivotal. You can all band it together, you dogs, but I have the power around here. Fear me. No, don't fear me. I'm not evil. I'm kind, man. I'm a kind man. But your factions are no use. Right, the King of Italy has died. Look at that. Isn't he a chip off the old block? Look at his father. And look at him. Carbon copy. But he will not like us. Opinion of me, -20. Because he's not on the council. That's easily solved, of course. For welcome, my child, to the council. Like your father was an advisor to me, you too, Alberto Azzo II, shall be advisor to me as well. All I ask is your ear and your assistance when the time comes. And trust me, it will come. Aha! We only need to sway 3 people, right? So we've got 2 people here. We'd owe him a favour, which could be problematic. But seeing as he likes us, less of a problem, maybe. So we've got 2 people that would support us, which means we only need 1 more. No. 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 These kings obviously have... Okay, He'd owe us a favour. We'd owe him a favour as well. But he likes us a hell of a lot because he's what, plus 100 at the minute? I'm not a lover of using request council support. I'd rather get it by way of favour. What we'll do is we'll hold off until we get to a situation where we need to change this law. If we want to revoke a title, for instance, then we'll do it. But whilst we don't need to do anything with the council just yet, I think we'll just hang fire. So there's a new king in town. New king, same order. Seduction in the wild. They don't do it. I think the advisor. I don't believe the advisor has a particular job to do. I think it's just a way of the game giving you a couple of extra council slots to appease your powerful vassals, to give you a benefit of having the council in power. Because if you don't have the council in power, you don't get the advisor slots. They only come when you've got an empowered council. So it's to assist in managing the council. That's all it's to do. So we are seducing our delightful Yekslava in a festive outing. But how do I view it? Well, the advisor is an advisor. Advises me on matters most courtly. I don't flipping know. What does an advisor do? Advises, surely. If we were to ask their services in a council meeting. She seemed to be receptive to notes on pillow, so perhaps notes are this woman's dig. Oh, she's a note kind of girl. She likes love letters, does she? We'll bear this in mind. Commander. We don't need commanders. He's getting a bit lazy, this guy. Marrying off my heir, can't be bothered. Commanders? No, thank you very much. Council issues? Changing council? Nah, thank you, not for me. They just chirp up with advice every now and then. They sound like they know what they're talking about, but oftentimes they just want to pursue their own ends. Right, she's shown up by the stream, chatting, laughing, joking, and we lean in to whisper. Well, we're not a poet. We're a falconer, not a poet, so I don't think poems are quite our get-up, quite our style. And we're and all this seducing is kind of anti-shy, really. But perhaps our exploits and our prestige have given us that little confidence to go about our business. But we're not confessing love. No chance. That's far too deep. Just a lewd, witty quip. Oh dear! We spent a long time making love in the water and on the warm cliffs. When we returned to the main party in the evening, grinning and squeaky clean, we found they'd been looking for us. Attendants came rushing and more than a few eyebrows were raised in speculation. Love her and leave her. Let our love grow. Nah, there's no strings here, people. This is a time for fun. It was fun, my dear, but I really must move on to my next victim. We may seduce. Can you seduce? I don't think you can seduce people twice. There's a debuff or something. Italian Susan de Jorwa of Saluzzo. Ah, look! It looks like he's got finally managed to. Like his father never finished this job, but he's managed to get Bologna to swear fealty, which is very good going. And now he's claiming a de Jorwa over Saluzzo, which is right here. So he's actually making a good job of reclaiming the lost lands. Your father grew a little bit lazy, it seems. But you, 2 thumbs up. Good stuff. Right, our plot to kill the King of France seems to have gone quiet. Seems to have grown a little bit dead in the water. And if anybody else has any more kids, then we might have to abandon this plan. Okay, still no more kids. Is your wife pregnant? No. Is your wife pregnant? No. So we're still on. Our threat is 74.7%. Kind of bumped it up a little bit when we took Sicily by storm. Susa is independent because Emperor Johann lost Susa, lost a load of other. He lost the papacy, he lost Ferrara, he lost some lands here when he lost the war against a faction for independence. And we still have not reclaimed all of the lost land, but it looks like we are getting there. Out of all the land we lost, only these 2 are left, and the papacy, which doesn't really count anyway. Ooh! Look at this! Oh! And I was thinking of replacing you. He comes handing over a pouch of gold accumulated from hard work and donations from the richer families. 300 gold. Right, my child, you have earned yourself an honorary title. You've already got one. Can I not give you another one? Yes, I can. You can be the Keeper of the Swans, because swans need keeping. Johann lost the war. He did. He became mightily depressed after losing the war, and that's why he killed himself. The shame of losing a war. His father's face constantly in his mind, sneering, leering at him, berating him for daring to besmirch and sully the Kobyla name, losing a war to rebellious vassals. It was too much of a burden to bear. Let's get rid of these warmongering things. We have commanders for that job. Right. Good. So Gullen, he's really giving me a workout, isn't he? Giving me coins, helping me out. Anyway, before we do that, I just want to, rather remember, do this. Newcastle, please. Thank you. Sorry, he reminds me of all the good work he has done. Yes, and I've rewarded you with Keeper of the Swans. What more do you want? He thinks that with a fair compensation from his own pocket, the county of Hradec is only a modest request. He wants a county. He wants a county. I think we're at 2 opposite ends of the spectrum here. First of all, was that 300 coins really from rich families, or is it you just trying to bribe me with your bloody life savings for a start? Second of all, we're kind of at different ends of the scale. We were thinking, yeah, an honorary title, Keeper of the Swans, marvellous. You're thinking a county. Yeah, a little bit apart there. He will be repaid with a favour. We shall be harsh on him, or we should give him the county of Hradec. I don't think we're giving counties away willy-nilly just for a little bit of gold he's given us. Good grief, can you imagine if it was as easy as that to get counties off your emperor? Here's 300 gold. Now where's me county? No, we'll have to be forced to owe him a favour. A favour and an honorary title. What more can I say? What more can I give? In fact, you know what? Just to smooth matters over even further, have a gift of 15 gold as well. Alright, now get out my hair. Right, more improvements with the papacy opinion, which means surely can we now lift the excommunication. Surely, Your Holiness, you can see that we we have control of the holy lands. We have. I waste my flipping breath. I waste my flipping breath. Right. Somebody remind... Oh, we can't. We've got high threat. I'm going to say, somebody remind me how we managed to get a vassal pope last time, because I can't remember how I did it. I'm considering going down that line again. This pope is doing my nuts. In fact, 57%. Bloody hellfire. Anti-pope. That's the one. Anti-pope. How do we install an anti-pope? We have to use... An anti-pope was recently forcibly deposed. Really? When was an anti-pope recently forcibly deposed? Yeah, we have to use one of these guys that have a higher opinion of us. Is that right? Yeah. So the bishop has to like us more than the pope, and then we can install it as an anti-pope. Even when I try to be a good Christian ruler, it just happens. You know, I'm not doing it on purpose. They just don't like me. I'm sure it's a hex or something. Vote the British. My next playthrough of this game, I'm going to play with all the mods and whatever else. With all the DLCs and stuff. I'm going to play a proper pious family. I'm going to do everything by the religious book. And you watch, I'll still fall foul somewhere. 21 bloody messages. Oh, what's happening? Why are you bothering me? Who are you? Heir to the Kingdom of Burgundy, which means you should be a family member of mine, right? No. Oh, you're heir to the Kingdom of Burgundy. Why isn't your father heir to the king? Why is it skipping a generation? So why isn't your son... Because he's commander of the Knights of Spitula, right? Fine. You're the Prince of Burgundy. He's the Knights Templar. Okay. So you're in the Knights Templar. So that's why your son is the heir. And you want to marry who? You want to marry... Why? We've got a load of Arpad family members here. She's got lover's pox. Knock yourself out. Loads of imprisonments by the King of England. He really, really is socking it to the Middle Eastern Muslims, isn't he? He's really on a rampage here. I almost feel we should help him out, but he's got it under control. He has got it all under control. Let's have a. Speaking of under control, let's have a quick look at the realm tree. So that relative strength, if you remember, right at the start of the session, this was up at 60%. Because of our massive increase to our retinue, which has gone way, way, way towards our top levy number, their relative strength has pretty much plummeted. So the three kings, we've got them in check militarily. And of course... King of Sicily, Sicilian revolt. There is a revolt in Sicily going on, which we may need to help him out with. I don't want to lose Sicily to some revolters, so we'll take a look at that in a second. See if we can help him. Prince Henry of the Holy Roman Empire has turned out pretty useless. Son number 1, rubbish. Son number 2, a little bit of martial. Son number 3, rubbish. Daughter number 1, not bad, actually. Not married. daughter number 2 blind. Who's blinded her? She was married to... Oh my god. Get yourself mixed up in the Byzantine Empire and they blind people for fun. Oh dear. That is not good. I'd get revenge for you, my dear. But I don't know who did it. And I'm too busy enjoying myself. Right. So that pleases me. But it shouldn't do. Oh shit. Queen Denier of France has blabbed. My reputation is in tatters, apparently. With the France king, I assume, only. I don't think anybody else would care, surely. Minus 100. Attempted murder? Don't know what you're talking about. I have not lifted a blade against you. What is this heresy? What is this? Prove it! You trust the words of some drunken woman? Madness, I say. Madness! Another peace offer. Any more land? Yep, Beirut. We have captured Beirut. So, good old Turquatil is expanding his little empire down here. Doing a very sterling job indeed. Cannot argue with that. The war for Saluzzo is going well. Measles is spreading across France, which is perfectly fine. We could do with a few people dying over there in the main court, if you wouldn't mind. Siege of Eris. Is he a Basque king? Oh, you mentioned this before. I keep forgetting to check his lineage. He's moved his position of power to Middlesex, which makes complete and utter sense. Still loves us. So let's have a look at his heritage. So he is Basque. His father was King William of House de Normandy, so he was Norman. His mother was Queen Mother Ansa, who was Basque. So his mother is Basque. That's where that's come from. William de Normandy here married a Basque lady, and he's obviously adopted his mother's culture through education or some such. Yes, we can. We'll go to the 1st of January and then we'll have a quick overview of stuff. Scotland encroaching a little bit into Ireland. We've got Norway up here. This is just a regular map mode. Rum. Oh boy, look at the size of rum. Look at that. Something is rotten in Praha. I have had suspicions about a plot. Maybe an assassination or something. Horrifying unravelling in front of my eyes. Unseeing eyes, sorry. This is probably due to my paranoia. Look who has dared to plot against me. No. He tried to sleep with my former wife, who was lecherous. No. Wait a minute. Something's happened here. As you've just witnessed, my former well, one-night stand has decided she wants to plot against me. Where is she? There she is. There she is. I'm sure it was her whose name cropped up. Lover's pox. Good grief. Anyway. I caught the cook and her plotting against me. But they eventually broke down and confessed. I have forgiven them. Okay. He's forgiven her. I mean, I personally would like to have killed her, but he has spoken. His kindness has shone through on this occasion. Perhaps, just perhaps, he's got a soft spot for her. Who can say? But for whatever reason, he doesn't want her dead. Wow. Okay, so we could seduce her again, but we'll hold off. It's just recuperating for now. Okay. Maybe so. I'm considering going down that line. If he's forgiven her, seeing her break down, weeping, there's got to be something in it. There's got to be something in that night of passion, love making in the water, out of the water, on the cliffs, beautiful backdrop of scenery and all that kind of jazz. Perhaps it struck a chord. Just perhaps. Right, it's time for a feast, folks. It's time to enjoy. He shall mull over this decision at a feast. We'll see. He's considering, and I think we're going to change until 11:42. More usurped titles. Wandering minstrel, come on down. Wandering troops, entertainments, come on down. We are sparing no expense here. Almost getting there with the old retinue. Lavishly on food. Why would you do anything else? Okay, so preparations are ready. We send out the invites. Let's just quickly check on how this war's going. I'm concerned for the King of Sicily. He didn't have the most troops to start with. Yeah, the war score is in favour of the revolt. This cannot be allowed to happen. Right, Emperor Igor, thank you, but I will not be able to get screwed. Get screwed, you miserable dolts. Whatever. Well, we don't expect everybody to turn up. Hopefully those that matter will turn up. So, all have arrived. Welcome to my feast. Enjoy. The minstrel sang, the ladies wept, the lords laughed. And this guy was a very good performer. Or whoever was singing, Duchesses of the Tyrol Raiders. Cut the throats of one of my servants. Are we just? We're not just, are we? We're not arbitrary either. Right. This crops up every damn feast. Yeah, we don't like him. He's slit the throats of one of my servants. It's not good, is it? It's not good. Sorry, pal. Can't have that happening at my feasts and it go unpunished. Can you imagine the horror if people start doing that willy-nilly? And you as well? Good grief. And Bishop Guntard dared to refuse more wine. Perhaps he heard on the grapevine, no puns intended, that there's just something a bit fishy about wine at Kobyla feasts. Obviously, we took great offence at the insult. And we become friends with Duchess Burchetta. Close friends with her. And another one cutting throats. What the hell is going on? Half of my bloody bishops are going to end up in the prisons. Thank God it's just the menial vassals doing this. Mind you, we wouldn't expect kings to do such things, would you? Right, everybody's returned home, and yeah, it was all very glorious. Right, we slightly strayed past the 1st of January. Okay. Now, somebody wanted to take a look at a couple of things. First of all, we'll look at the various map modes and see what we can see. So, religions. Catholic. Spreading a fair bit, actually. Coming across here, we've got Orthodox around here. Got a remover, a few little bits and bobs. It's a pretty large Catholic population. Right here, a couple. Is this heresies here? What's this white? Not a clue. Something there as well. Oh, a holy site. Ah, interesting. Cultures. England is still in the grip of Anglo-Saxon, apparently. Irish, Scottish, Welsh. Got a bit of English down here. German, where we are mainly. Bohemian, completely Bohemian here. Sticking to our roots, of course. Danish, Pomeranian around us, Hungarian, Croatian, Italian down here. Latin. Don't think there's too much change from the where it started. Andalasian, Greek, economy. How's the old economy doing? Bohemia should be doing very nicely. 105.1 tax income. Could well be the most. Oh no, the 137 down there. Very nice. 87, 74. So we're quite good. Revolt risk. In our very own county, no less, because there's a child on the throne. Eh? Dynasties. Let's have a look at dynasty. Kobyla. Kobyla. Oh, we've made a name for ourselves, it must be said. De Bourgogne, Jimena, and all the rest of them. Yingling. Ducas. Feudal. Okay. Let's check in with our regular check-in here. This is not going very well, this plot. 108%, but no further forward. And nobody's managing to sow dissent, so we'll just keep it ticking over. Jerusalem. Let's have a look at Jerusalem. Let's have a quick peeky here. Catholic religion. There's Catholic there. Some Shia there. Some Orthodox there. It's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Bit of a mixed bag, but Catholicism is coming through, as you can see from the grey stripes. So we'll get there eventually if England maintain their grip on it. Which we hope they do. And they should do, because if we've got 35,000 men to our name and suddenly something happens down here, such as a jihad, I'd like to think that we would lend a hand, you know, with our 35,000 troops and repel those heathen invaders. Right. So the final thing, we're just going to have a round 2 here. We're just going to have a round 2, just to clarify a couple of things. So we'll see how easily she succumbs to our advances. If she falls into our loving arms with barely a fight, I think love is in the air, everywhere I look around. Who are you? Nobody, but you're a 16-year-old with a rather good stewardship. You've got lover's pox. Hey ho, half the women in our court have lover's pox. Do you know what? Be what it is. What it is. We're probably that used to lover's pox. Who cares nowadays? But she is quite. Yes, I see. Well, if old. Whatever she's called, whose name's hard to pronounce, spurns our advances, well, we could always keep our little beady eye on old Doobie here. Doobie, we shall call her for short. We shall certainly forgive and forget. For now, Doobie, watch this space. We may return. We may return. Right. So this threat is not moving hardly at all. Probably because the time isn't moving very quickly. But I'm trying to savour the last few years of this campaign. If you hope you'll forgive me. He's complaining about his dark dungeon cell. Right, we can actually release these for profit once they've been in prison for at least 2 years. You have to have some penalty for your actions. Ooh. Look at that. Hitting it off straight away over a midnight snack. I think he's going to give it a bash. He's going to give it a bash. He can't help it. We forgave her despite the fact she plotted against us. She probably only plotted against us because we ditched her. Treating her as a one-night stand, and she wasn't happy. Perhaps she wanted more as well. And then the more we thought about it, we forgave her. And she was always on our mind. I can't help it. Yes, you see, they are telling me what needs to happen here. They cannot help each other. They cannot help it. They cannot help it. And so, a love has naturally blossomed. Fingers crossed this will be a relationship that lasts. It's time to arrange the marriage. No time like the present. No time like the present. 400 prestige lost, but hey ho, when you're in love, be it Empress, Duchess, Queen or Courtier, it matters not to this man. Castletown in Luna. Where is Luna? I'm sure that must be down here, down in the reaches of the Middle East. Well, that goes one of my tickets to Hungary. Not that we're going to take Hungary now because our threat is far too high, so we're kind of... Oh my god, look at that. Oh, no. No. This is probably just his paranoia. This must be just his paranoia. But we've literally got married, what? Less than a month ago. And poof. Just like that. There's a bun in the oven. But I mean, look at that. But we're absolutely, madly and deeply in love with each other. Doubt besets. This is just his paranoia. It's fine. She's not cheating. How could she cheat on us? We've, you know, how could she? After all we've been through. He's helping me with studying languages. Now, if we were still in this kind of frivolicking mood, we'd probably say, no, I'm too busy for learning languages. But we're now happily settled down. We tried our hand at seduction. We seduced the first woman the first woman we seduced, we ended up falling in love with. We're a soppy old goat, aren't we? So we'll learn languages instead. Stream will end at 11 o'clock. 20 minutes. Oh my god. Why are you doing this to me, Igor? Why are you doing this to me? Hire someone to find out. He's paranoid. He's paranoid. Why? You have married this woman. You've loved her. You couldn't get her out of your mind, and then she has a child, and all of a sudden you turn paranoid? What is wrong with you, man? Just enjoy. Just enjoy. Have we got our 11:41? Right, in the meantime then, keep barracks, training ground. This one's Slaney needs a bit of work. Slaney needs a castle town. Slaney needs castle walls. Slaney needs a lot of things. Right, Bertrand Boston had bought a favour. Oh my god. Oh, well. She's put our mind at ease. The maid I hired is confident that there is nothing suspicious. That's a relief. Just had to check. Just had to check. Hold on to your hats. Duke Victor of Susa accepted the peace offer. So he's taken... this needs to be paused. He's taken Saluso, so we can now create the Duchy of Susa, usurp it. Yep. And then we can grant it to the king for extra opinion. So grant him the Duchy of Susa, and he will like us. Oh, the council don't like this. Ah, shoot, I forgot about this fact that I have to answer to the council. I can't keep this title, so I'm kind of screwed now. Oh, bugger. When did my last negative debuff end for yeah, it's either a -10 for too many held duchies or a -10 for bloody council troubles. Right. Tough. Council. Tough. Oh, discontent. Doesn't matter. What are they going to do to me? I'm growing old now. And I'm very powerful. Let them come with their factions. In fact, he's not going to join a faction. We'll just give him land for a start. The other two kings love us to bits. None of our kings are going to join a faction, other than perhaps this one. Even he likes us now, the old goat that he is. So, I mean, we should be fine. We should be perfectly and reasonably fine. There you go. And he's given it away to somebody else. Perfect. Right. Okay. Duchy of Cornwall usurped. Oh, we've just gone grey. We've literally just gone old and grey, or old and white. Let's take a look at the family tree. We're not gone grey there. I was just going to see how they compared to each other in terms of their looks, but that's fine. I need help with a private, delicate matter that I don't want my Chancellor to take care of. Those who think me undiplomatic, and I feel they are right. I really need to be diplomatic. So we're asking King Turquatil for help, or we're asking nobody. Well, we can trust this man. We are friends with the King Turquatil. Look at that, we actually are friends. When did that happen? Did that happen at the feast recently? Please help me, King Turquatil. You want to join the Knights of Spitala? Yes, you can join. So we are friends with the King of England, which I think is quite fitting, really. Don't you? If there wasn't going to be any king we'd be friends with, it would be the King of England. The one man we can trust. Not like these Burgundian and Italian dogs that dare. Well, actually, the Italian guys have been quite loyal. It's just this man that's caused problems, really. Didn't he have a beard before? Yeah, he had a beard before. Not quite that long, it wasn't before. Oh, he wants to be reimbursed. Come on, friends help each other without charging. Come on, Turquatil. Get a grip, man. You don't charge your mates for assistance. It's not how we do things. Not how we do things at all. He's created the Duchy of Galilee. I love that name. Galilee. Such a, like an uplifting, fun-sounding name, isn't it? Ooh. Maluscute of Breton Liberation Revolt has declared liberation of Brittany on Emperor Igor the Spider. They want to restore the Kingdom of Brittany. Why on earth do they want to do that? Why on earth do they want to disturb the peace? Not a clue. Not a clue. But can I have your men, please? 6,000 of them. That's not quite enough. I know. I've never seen Jerusalem so peaceful. Usually there's jihads and all kinds of stuff going on down there. Holy wars in the playthroughs that I've seen, in my own playthroughs. There's not been a peep. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's been the King of England absolutely demolishing the enemy and taking Galilee for himself. Maybe, just maybe, they see who's in charge, ultimately, of Jerusalem. Being me. Good old Igor the Spider. And yeah, they quake in their boots, basically. They get second thoughts. So between the King of England's troops and my retinue, we should be able to do this, right? We should be able to do this. So we shall bring his men forth as soon as my retinue make a move. We have been recruiting these guys for so long that it is time for them to prove their worth, you know? Time for you to see how good you really are. A trained professional army of our finest men that have cost us a great deal of coin over the years, Let's see how good you really are. 7,000 men. They're thinking, we got 7,000 men. We got a good chance. We can do this, man. We can do this. And then 15,000 men come crashing down upon them. And that's not even half our force. College of Cardinals. More Cardinals. For us. That gives us 5 Cardinals in the college. It's getting like the England campaign in Medieval, where we had a complete utter lockout of the College of Cardinals at one point. We almost guaranteed an English Pope every time. But we have a new daughter to our new loving wife, Jana. Going back to her roots. Or should we call her, perhaps, Teresa? I was gonna say that, you read my mind. Teresa. I was gonna suggest that before I'd seen your comment. No, I've never lost a game. Never. Mainly because I don't think I've played for long enough, to be honest with you. But I think you get to a certain point and it becomes almost now impossible. Unless we play long enough to reach like the Great Bloody Plague, which could wipe out half your dynasty. You know, I don't think it's... You get to a size like this, for instance, and how on earth could it happen? Unless you really screwed up. I mean, if you were playing to really strict roleplay, there could be a possibility of losing if you'd get a bad character. Now, for instance, if I was to be in control of a lunatic, you can develop a lunatic trait. None of our rulers have been lunatics, but if, for instance, I was to be in control of a lunatic, all of my decision making I would roll for. I would use a random number generator for all of my choices, and whatever the outcome would be, it would be. You know, and that would really shake things up. For instance, so that might be a possibility. If you've got a lunatic ruler quite early on, that could be quite detrimental. Right, anyway, we are trudging across Europe to put this rebellion down. But it's good practice for the men. Are they still reinforcing? I don't think they're moving. Oh, not another wife. Come on. They can't have another one die. I think if another one dies, I think we'll end up being depressed. He really is becoming Henry VIII, isn't he? Just a lot of... Oh, another one's died. Somebody else died there. Don't know who it was. I have become Baron of Kolin. So our new castle is built. So now we have a full contingent of castles. And we shall start with Castle Wars. We'll go for a castle town. We'll just go for the money-making settlements right now. Well, we've executed one. Well, we've murdered. He wants to marry. What is it with people wanting to marry all these Arpad women? Is there some sort of I don't know? Is there some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a legend or some sort of myth about Arpad women? They all want to marry him. Arpad women are the best women. Kobylas would beg to differ, I find. Let's get those men up. Right, we need 62 ships. Can we have your ships as well? 184? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do nicely. 184 ships. England are very useful. They give us lots of troops. They give us lots of ships. They probably give us lots of money. They're royal good chaps, those English folk. Royal good chaps. Right, 15,000 of our finest men. That looks like quite the force, I must say. Where are you going? Mortain? There's no river crossing here. You're going to rue the day you ever tried to liberate your pathetic kingdom. No, I thought... wasn't it Arpad? No, it was Decrepon, wasn't it? Emma Decrepon was our first line. Okay, more wars in Italy. How are we getting on? Lover, not white. Did we have a lover? I don't think we were unfaithful, were we? Not good old George the First. Nah. Victory! Good night. Rebellion. Okay. We win. So we shall put down the troops and our retinues after their little jaunt will go home without their commanders. Because our commanders can fly. Oh, you might be right. You might be right. We're just reinforcing a bit more of our levy that we lost. Our retinue, sorry, and we currently have a whopping 34,000 men. Okay, usurp there. Well, this fell flat on its face, didn't it? Not even laying a hair on the King of France. Not even a hair out of place. But I mean, he's no further down the line. Still have to kill 3-4 people to get this to happen. It's just so unlikely. But it's the only vassal inheritance chance we have, unless anything else has developed further afield. 12. She still won't come. No, but she does like us, but no reason to move. What about her? No. Don't really want Croatia. It's a bit of a pathetic kingdom. No offence, von Vonomir, but your kingdom is not to my liking. It's going to have to be Hungary or France. English-Danish de jure war over Stolp. This guy doesn't know when to stop. Wars in down here. Now wars against Denmark. What are you claiming now? Stolp. Where the hell is Stolp when it's at home? Is that a city? Is that a county? Finn? Sealand? She's trying to usurp my... as if she's going to usurp my title. Make him disappear. Bribe him? No, make him disappear, please. North edge of Poland. Aha! Goodbye, troublesome Chancellor. Goodbye. Don't tell me another Arpad woman? No, somebody different. Right, we propose that Army de Bossanid marries a Croatian woman of... She's friends with my daughter, though. But tough. So, where are we going? Oh, Stolp! There! There you go. Probably part of the de jure Kingdom of Pomerania or something. Yeah. Yep. Okay. It's probably a war's going to win. 3,000 men versus England's... How many men do England have? 9,000. Yeah, that's pretty much a done deal. Castle walls built in Slaney. Castle town then, please. What's this? Meissen. And my wife is pregnant again. Seems we are having a we're having a second wind. Life is good indeed. Right, who are you warring with? De jure war over somebody or other. Right, very good. Okay. Well, we will go to the 1st of January 1143 and then we'll call it closed. Right, castle walls built in Colin. Okay. Let's upgrade them again. Ooh, my one-eyed, commander needs assistance. Sick and infirm, you say? How about the hospital? Right, let's put a little bit of speed on now, hey? 3 speed. Should have done this a bit sooner. Right, studying with Prince Emmerich, you have learned several new languages to a decent level of fluency. Ooh. Extra diplomacy and extra learning. Thank you very much, Chancellor Man. In his old age, he's becoming a bit more proficient. Is it possible? Our factions are, well, if you could call them that. I call them flights of fancy. Nothing more than that. Delusions. Pipe dreams. They've got not a hope in hell of coming anywhere near. Whoa, what the hell? The entire realm is at. What the flipping? Look at this! Look at this! I reckon we should even enforce a realm peace just so that we can finish the campaign, finish the series with a completely peaceful realm. But we may need that realm peace. I don't know why we would need realm peace anymore because we're not changing succession laws, so. Depends when we die. Jihad for Yemen. No concern of ours, apparently. Fine. Not a jihad for Jerusalem, so we're happy. Turquatil is Duke of Jerusalem. Henry Kobyla seeks to kill... Isn't he on my council? No. I don't recognise his name. Right. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Rostislav needs intrigue focus. We're known for our intrigues. We are known. Let it be known that we are known for our intrigues. No, I do not give out her lands willy-nilly. I have my own sons to consider, of course. And we have another son! who we shall call Hans. Henry, Teresa and Hans. Oh, do you know what's happened here? Oh! And the council is content again, finally. Massive recruitment drive, that message there we just almost missed. He's left the independence faction. Joined the independence faction, left the independence faction. Okay. Ooh! We lose deceitful. What the hell is he doing? Huh. He's becoming less deceitful and more diplomatic. In his old age. Well, this time of peace has obviously changed the man. Right, we can now change from seduction and we're going to go to carousing here to really complete and solidify his rise, his diplomatic rise, and we're going to start carousing. So we're going to carouse with all of our council members, hold a special feast just for the councillors, because we think they need to take some time off. They have done a grand job of undermining me at every turn, and therefore we could he can't carouse because he's at war. In fact, we need to help this guy out. He's going to lose that war. We'll get to it after a feast. Advisors. He's at war as well. And an advisor. Come, and he's at war as well. It's okay, so just a few to start off with. Let's have a wee look here. How is this going on? What a mess. I might send my what do we call them down here to resolve this. My professional troops, my retinue. 51% in favour. Right, I've seen enough of this crap. Seen enough of this rubbish, these revolts, how dare they. We just were seeing how he could fare. Seeing if he could cut his teeth. He's failed miserably. He's become... well, I thought he's got great pox, I mean, maybe that's why he's failed. But anyway, we are going to join your war. Okay. We are going to join your war. Oh, we can't join our vassals' wars, except for crusades, jihads, and for supporting their claims outside your realm. Oh, that's a shame. That's rather stupid, though. Why is that? I want this king, who I currently have on the throne, to remain on the throne. So why can I not send my troops down to help him out? That makes no sense to me. Countess Anna and Luthbert Wettin. Yeah, fine. Of course I will come feast with you, says King Bertrand the Cruel, who's now the ripe old age of 65. Could do with a good laugh, he thinks. Bit of revelry? Enjoy. What's that? Recruit a court physician. Ooh. We'll see if we can find one on the road. Our money is going up so fast we can't even keep track of it. It's going up. Speed of light. Right. What have we got? Castle fortifications in Praha? No. That's fine. That's fine. And that's building. Who is this? He's a renowned physician. Not got the greatest of learning, but hey ho. 148 gold. You having a laugh? Kolbjorn. We'll chance it with a stuttering Abelard of Norman Evroman. Yeah, we like the sound of him. Come, you will be my court physician. You look like you know what you're doing. Possibly. Oh, you finally managed to sow distrust. Well, bloody hell. It's only taken you 50 years. Right, is that going to help matters? Yes, it is. 56% this guy as well. This could actually start to bear fruit now. It's taken a while, but things are happening here, folks. I may have to play on for a little bit longer to see the outcome of this. Let's have a look. He's still fourth in line, so this is still promising. I think we can kill this guy pretty easily. 92%, yeah, he could probably fall. He's 170%, he could fall. In fact, he needs to fall next so that he can't have any more kids. Because any kids that he have come in front of my guy. This is actually potential now. This is actually looking far more promising. This is looking very promising. 181%. This is good. Why did I invite Abelard? Remind me. Court physician, that was it. Court physician, come forth. Oh, we already have Duke of Swabia, who looks pretty decent, but he's a lunatic, so we don't want a lunatic tending to our wounds. No, we do not. We'll have Abelard. That's what we brought him here for. Right, come on. King of France, you must die. No. You can't have any land for your sons. Stop coming to me cap in hand. Uh-oh. The Sicilian revolt seems to have usurped a few things. That's not good. Pope likes us a bit more again. Have we lost land here? No, it's still going on. The war is still happening, right? This is bad news. Anyway, it's not our concern, really. Where are our prisoned people? 188%. Come on. This has got to fire. We are feasting, and sure, my daughter is fine. Oh, and we have made friends with our Chancellor, which makes complete and utter sense, considering how useful he's been to us. He helped us out, gain intrigue, gain learning. He's increased the relationships over the years with the most important vassals. He's now sown distrust to assist us in this attempt to kill the king. He's been a very loyal friend. So loyal, in fact, that I would hope that you would be a loyalist in the bloody council. Yes! We've got 2 loyalists, which we only need to change one person's opinion, really, and we could... there you go! We can change a law! Look at that! We can change a law! Right, here we go. So we can now do... we've bought a favour now, haven't we? So how do you do supporting council? Did we buy a favour from him? Did we not buy a favour from him? What happened there? Am I going insanely mad? Returning a favour from Prince Emmerich the Chaste. Did it say that you couldn't do it? Let me try again. Did that... Let me read the message that came up. No, that's fine. I graciously accept your gift and will remember your good intentions in the future. I maybe have to set the vote off first and then request his support. Is that how it works? Calling council support. Oh, we can't because he's already influenced by a favour to Prince Emmerich the Chaste. That must be right. Oh. Yes, but... Ah, so he's going to vote the same way as Prince Emmerich the Chaste anyway, because... And Emmerich the Chaste is loyal to me, so he'll vote the same way as him. So, that'll be fine. Let's try it. Let's try it. Right, we want to put... which law do we wish to change, though? Which one is the most important? Revoking titles or granting titles? I think granting titles, perhaps, is more important. Yeah, I'll take that, thank you. Two and two. Who's voted against? King Turquatul and King William. So it's actually is it who's it? Is it him that's got the favour? Who's got the favour? It's Gwilyn. So we're just hoping that he votes the same way as Emmerich, because Emmerich is a loyalist, so he will vote for us. Yes! And we've still got his favour, so we can actually use him for another vote in the future if he stays alive, of course. So that's one step in granting or gaining a bit more of a control on the council. It's a good start. So what's that? 1, 2, 3 more rule changes, 4 more technically speaking required. We won't be alive to do them all every 5 years. But we can work on it. Can't believe... Oh, look at that! King Turquatul of England has granted the Duchy of Pomerania to my son, who is now the Duke of Pomerania. Ah, very nice of you. My son and heir. He will probably have to get rid of that duchy title when he rises to power, of course. No, that's very good. Very good indeed. Okay, so we have done our carousing. We are pretty much in a happy place. We have changed the council law in our favour for a change. And we are looking to kill... Oh, this man's gone into hiding. He's realised that we are trying to kill him. And he's gone into hiding, making it difficult for us to kill him. That's why it's not firing. It's a bloody pain. Right. How much is this gift? 62. We'll invite you as well. We'll go to 1st of January 1144 and then we'll call it quits there. It's not impossible to kill somebody in hiding, I don't think. It just makes it more difficult. If he wasn't in hiding, he would certainly be at death's door right now. It's come to my attention that you are the leader. Who the hell is this? Of a plot. I find this most fascinating, and I bet that others would too. I suspect you wish to keep this a secret, but my silence comes with a price. No, the plot is already revealed. So screw you. No. No. He already knows we're trying to kill him. And quite frankly, I don't give two rats monkeys. He tries to hide, but we will seek him out. There is only so far you can go to escape the spider's grasp. We will have our victory. Look at that. That's new, I think. Is that new? Have we always had Paris? Maybe. Oh, that reminds me. You in hiding, old Popey? Excommunication and all that. You want to lift it? Come on, come on. You know you wanna. Come on. Oh. Safe to say that he's really just not a man that's fit for reconciliation. Don't know what it is about him. I mean, he's a very nice man. He's charitable. Kind. Throws great parties. Doesn't cheat on his wife. I just can't understand it. Okay. Coughing, spluttering, people dying. It's all good fun. Castletown. ×2. Ooh, my courtier is dead. Oh! Huh! Look at that! My last... Emperor Essex's last wife has finally died. And he's got the title that he wanted. Don't think he's lost a war yet, old Turquatil. He is a true force to be reckoned with. Bertrand the Cruel is off again. He's claiming something to do with the Burgundian Barcelonian de jure holding war over the Provence. Okay, knock yourself out. If it's going to expand our realm, I'm behind you 100%. Right, there we go. That'll do for now. Okay, so we'll end the session here. We have managed in this session to claim Sicily. We have brought Holland into our ranks. We have stabilised the realm. We have considerably increased our retinue size. Got a new holding. Got a load of cash. And now we are trying in earnest to somehow get this guy up the succession line so we can nab France with his vassal inheritance. That would be nice before we pass away. Now we are age 53. Death could come for us at any moment now. We could die any time. So yeah, we'll see if we can see how far we can get before he pops his clogs. But yeah, we've had a very, very good session. Things have gone really smoothly. You know, we've got land over here. Wars from the King of England have been successful. And it looks like... oh no, sorry. It doesn't look like we've taken more land there. But yeah, ultimately, it's like a nice look at this. I mean, it's not a bad map. These cobblers, they ain't done too bad. If I do say so myself, they ain't done too bad at all. Right, so the next session will probably be sometime next week, maybe next weekend, I imagine, where we will continue on. But that could well be the last session of the series, because as soon as this man dies, we'll probably end the series. I may play with his son just for the start of his reign, just to see how bad he really is. But yeah, ultimately we won't be playing a full reign with this chap. Just get a bit of a taste for how he might handle this rather large empire with his pretty paltry stats. But thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. As I said, I am playing some more Fall of the Samurai tomorrow evening. So if you want to join me for that, feel free. We'll continue on our expansion, hopefully. And we might well be triggering a bit of an issue with the capture of 2 more lands. But yes, from the Kobylas, we'll sign off for today. Till next time, see you soon. What news? Wait, Robert, what news are you speaking of? Oh, really? I shall check that out. Right. Anyway, as I said. What? Okay, I definitely need to check this out. Right, I'm going. Thank you for the update. Rather interesting. I'll go and have a look at that now. Good night, all.